はい、見てだよ。見えないよ。Hi guys, hello. Hi, did you miss me? 会いたかったよ。Hi guys, hello, hello. What's up? What's up? Hi, hi. It hasn't been long. It's only been a day. What the fuck? Oh no, thank you for the 2-month memberships. Oh gosh. Hi, me, I missed you. I missed you too. 会いたかった。みんな、How have you been? Hi. Hello. 久しぶり。ただ1日だけど、寂しい。会いたかった。Let me say hi to everybody. Hold it. Hi JT, hi Miana, hi Karen, hi Daz, hi Poki-san, konnichiwa, konbanwa. Hi Aya, hi Nirata, hi Ryan, hi Harumoteki, hi TND, hi Razia, hi Ryan. Said hi to you. Hi Moinip. Nobube-san, konnichiwa. Nobube Papa. Papa? 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 親父かたって一日だけど会いたかった。I lost my hearing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. ごめんね。I do be loud today. I'm hyper today. I'm sorry. I have a lot of energy. Yeah, hi. Daddy? Nobame. Daddy? 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 Papa? Papa? My brain is not working right now. 脳が壊れちゃった。Daddy どこ? I wish I knew. Congrats on 2.99k. Thank you. Guys, oh my god, okay. I realized something today. 今日はなんか変なことあったよ。I had a strange conversation today. I don't know how I feel about it. But I thought I'd like to tell you guys, and this is why I'm doing the stream that I'm doing today too. There's an underlying reason as to why I thought about doing this stream today. Okay. Today actually went normal. I woke up this morning, played a few games, got frustrated at losing turf war in Splatoon. I drew. I started a 3K thank you gift to you guys. I started drawing one today because my hand was feeling a bit better. I got some full combos in the master levels of Project Sekai. You know, was going great. Today was going great. I thought today was a great day. 本当にいいな日と思ってた。新しいもの私するんだし、だからいい日と思ってたよ。なんか寂しいのこともいなくて、ただ楽しかったと思って。お姉ちゃんと一緒にテレビも見たし、だから本当になんか楽しいな日と思ってた。I watched Grey's Anatomy with my sister today. That was really weird. So much shit happened. That thing's a drama. And I laughed at one thing today, by the way. So this guy was chasing another guy. The guy went through a door and the dude was just like, damn, I have to open a door. Let's just not chase this guy anymore. And I was like, what the fuck? You just have to open the door. That is within running distance. You could open the door too. But no, the dude was just like, damn a door. I'm not gonna open it. I'm gonna stop running now. What the fuck? Made no sense. But okay, anyway, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. I'm sorry. I just found it really funny. Yeah. 楽しいのにな。よし。うん、よしよし。で、だけどね、夜ご飯食べたの時、今日、父さんと姉ちゃんが、いなくて、私のお父さんがまだ仕事あったし、姉ちゃんも仕事あったし、だから、私とお母さんと一緒に昼ご飯食べた。昼ご飯じゃない、夜ご飯食べたよ。It was just me and my mom tonight when we ate dinner today. And you know, me and my mom, okay, we tight, alright? We're close. She's like my best friend. I like to confide in her in everything and anything. お母さん本当にいいのお母さんだよ。友達みたい。So earlier this year, you guys know I told her about my streaming career, how I do be a VTuber. This is my channel. You can have a look at it, and she'll come into my chat and lurk. She'll watch my VODs. She likes all my streams, all my videos. But today, she was like, Mia, what are you streaming tonight? And I was like, I don't know yet. 今夜の配信は何するかなと思ってたよ。お母さんが聞いて、今日の配信は何するのって聞いてたよ。And then, I was like, I don't know yet. まだ知らない。I didn't plan anything. And she's like, Mia, why don't you stream things like teaching languages and stuff? Because there's a lot of people out there in the world who want to learn all the languages that you know. And I'm like, well, I've streamed it for sure. Like, I've definitely done that. And she's like, what about piano, guitar? Like, have you done those? I'm like, yes, I have streamed my guitar playing and my piano playing. I have done that, yes. And she's just like, have you made any, like, TikToks on it? I'm like, TikToks? You know about TikTok? And I was like, eh. since when did you know about TikTok? いつの間に TikTok 知ってたよ。いつなんで知ってるの And she's just like, at work, there's some young adults there I work with, and they know about TikTok, and they told me about TikTok and how popular it is among your age group and generation. And I was like, ah, fuck. I was like, oh no. Yeah, just big, oh no. Alright? And I was just like, Mom, TikTok's a scary place. And she's like, then do you post any short videos or anything that's like a minute and less long on your YouTube channel? I'm like, well, yeah, I've tried. Like, I've posted some shorts on my channel already. It's not like I haven't done that before. But she's like, do you post a lot? I'm like, no, because they take me forever to make. And she's like, what, you don't have people to edit for you and stuff? I'm like, Mom, I can't just... No one's gonna do that for me for free. I have to pay them for it. And she's like, oh, what? I thought people just did it, you know? I'm like, Mom, how do you think videos are made? And like, I was like, 動画をどうやって作ったの？どうやって考えるの？それ。自分で作ったったし、まあ、いっぱいの仕事もあったし、だから、まあ、時間いなくて、だから、こんなに、この動画を、いない、いっぱいいない。ただ、ちょっとだけ、チャンネルの中で。And she was just like, oh, well, you should make some. I think you'll go viral if you do. I'm like, I don't know about that, but sure. Let's say I make some. What do you think I should make, Mom? And Mom said, you should make short videos about languages and stuff, because I think that'd be really cool. Or like the how-to type things. I mean, you studied in school. You know a lot of tips about studying and being a student, and you recently graduated, so all your memory is fresh, and you're cute. I'm pretty sure people will listen to you. I'm like, uh-huh. It was a weird a weird conversation, okay? And she was just like, if you make any shorts, I'll share them with my friends and stuff. You could talk about how you learned Cantonese and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, of course I can talk about that. Cause it totally went smoothly. So then she's like, you have so many talents for this, Mia, that I did not realize you had. I'm like, Mom, what do you think of me? You're the one that made me learn all this shit. And she's like, did I? I'm like, yeah. How do you think I learned like Mandarin? Okay, I got a private tutor for that. How do you think I learned to draw? I had art class after school. How do you think I learned to figure skate? She paid for a private coach. How do you think I learned how to horse ride? She sent me on a camp to learn how to ride a horse for a week. You know, how did I learn to golf? She forced me to go with my grandpa to a golf course. And how did I learn to speak so many languages? Is because she made me watch different shows with her and took me traveling. So without her, I wouldn't know like half the things I know how to do. Like, how did I learn to swim? She first taught me, and then I started to be a little shit, so she decided to send me to a teacher. You know? So I was like, okay, so far in my life, everything you have told me to do has turned out for the better. Everything that you have taught me, or everything that you have forced me to get through, has been something that I will never forget. It's the things you pushed me to do have given me the life skills that I didn't think I would ever need. And then she goes like, today she was like, make more shorts. I'm gonna watch your shorts. I think they're gonna be great if you make them good. I'm like, okay, if Mom says so, then she's probably right. You know that song, Mother Knows Best or some shit? Yeah, I think she knows best. So I think in the coming weeks or so, I'm gonna try and make more shorts, okay? More like not the kind of short that's just like a stream clip or anything. No, not like that. I mean like I'll actually record things and try to make shorts. Mother's interests are scary accurate. They are. It's insane how accurate they can be. I wish I knew how to be like that. Yeah. Anyway, that was why I was so hyper today. Okay. No. Hold on. I'm eating something right now. It's called mazai. Again, I'm eating that again. Lars, I hope you have a good time doing your homework. Thank you for saying hi. Tristan maneuvers Priscilla probably work. I think they'll work. I think they will work. It's just I need to think of some. I need to think of what shorts to make. I need to know what direction I'm going in. Am I trying to be memey? Like, am I trying to meme, or am I trying to genuinely? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to be. The thing is, I don't know. I am what I am, and it doesn't fall into one category. I'm not a gamer, but I do have a pretty good personality, and I do play games. At least I think I do. At least good enough for content creation that makes me interesting. So, if there's a will, there's a way. And since I've gotten my mom's support through all of this, I feel like I should be taking advantage of the situation and really, like, you know, work on it. Yo, another thing, she's just like, Mia, your closet is getting really outdated. Can I sponsor you like $300 for you to upgrade your wardrobe? I'm like, 300? That's way too much, Bob. And she's like, yeah, but you really, really need to update your wardrobe. I'm like, is it that bad, Mom? Is it really that bad? And she's like, when's the last time you bought some clothes? I'm like, well, I got gifted some last year. I bought some PJs. I bought some like casual clothes. And she's like, yeah, the last time you properly bought clothes to wear outside, when was that? And I was like, probably second or third year of uni. And she's like, Mia, go buy yourself some new clothes. And she's like, she kept scolding me in Cantonese, alright? She's like, Mia, 你知唔知啊？你啲衫咧本身係白色嘅，而家殘到咧好似啡色咁喎，或者係啲灰灰地嘅，又起晒粒啦。Mia，你快啲去買啲新衫啦！And I was just like, being dissed by my mom. She's like, 我知道你唔係好中意着黑色衫嘅，我知道你好似我，好中意着啲好白或者好多色嘅衫嘅，但因為咁你先至可以見到好殘啊嘛。I was just like, oh fuck. It sounds aggressive. I was like, oh no. Walk-in closet. Yeah, I have a walk-in closet. Yeah, I have a walk-in closet. But she just kept yelling at me like, after going through the whole, Mia, I fully support you. You should start making some clips and shorts and stuff that people can look through and maybe you'll go viral. But also, Mia, you need to have a new wardrobe. I'm gonna give you $300. No, yeah. That's basically why I got the idea for stream today. Is my mom has opened my eyes and has told me, Mia, you have a lot of talents and you need to showcase them. You need to do that, otherwise you'll never grow as big as you think you could be. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll stream it first. Thank you, Komodo. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can see it myself when I'm being really self-confident. Like when I have a lot of self-esteem, I'm like, yes, bitch, I know how to swim. I got a 4.0 GPA. I got a minor and a specialty bachelor degree. Okay. I do be cute. I have good fashion sense that apparently needs to be updated, but still good fashion sense. Okay, like I know how to draw artistically and musically inclined. Knows how to play like 3 instruments properly. Speaks 5 languages. Ayo, I am smart. I have talent. But then there's other times where I'm like, God damn, is this really gonna amount to anything? Like, is this even worth knowing? You know, things like that. So, today is the day I'm going to impart to you my knowledge of all of the above. Because I felt like today is the day. I felt confident in myself today enough to be like, I'm going to share with all of you the secrets to my knowledge and talents and skill set. Okay, this is all the shit I put in my resumes. Okay, as someone who has worked in the healthcare field for like 3 years now, there is shit that you need to know. How to be that professional, even though on the inside you're anything but that. Like me. Yo, imagine one day if I worked in a hospital and then my supervisor was like, is this you? And then they find my stream, I'm gonna be so fucked. But you know what? That's okay. Hey, now this has made the stream seem like a gift. If not, it isn't. Darling, I'm glad. Okay, let's start with what did I list out? First is the polyglot ability, right? Let me change the chat title so that I remember what I'm talking about. Okay. 5 languages skill. I'm gonna call everything a skill from now on, like it's a freaking skill you can learn in a MMO. Okay. Now, where to begin with this one? Alright. So a lot of you know I know 5 languages by now. If you don't know that by now, well then read the description. You'll get a good idea. I have a list of the degrees of fluency in the 5 languages I speak in the description. So go ahead and look at that if you don't already know, if you want the short version of everything I'm about to tell you. So the first thing is 5 languages: English, Cantonese, Mandarin, Korean, and Japanese, right? Now the first 3 languages I know I did not get a say in whether I wanted to know them or not. Okay, so I don't really think those two count. I mean, they're of the learning process, but they are part of the languages I know, so I have to talk about them regardless. Hi, Dara. Okay, so English, first language. I was brought up with that. You know, watched all the Disney, Mickey Mouse, Boomerang, Cartoon Network, Disney, Junior, all the shit you can possibly think of as a kid. Nickelodeon even, alright? Watched all of that, okay? Even Barbie. I loved Barbie movies as a kid. That is where a lot of my English came from, is Barbie. I wanted to be this princess that had an eloquent speaking style and enunciated letters and words. Okay, that was what I wanted. Yo, I watched Blue's Clues and Sesame Street. Hey, yo. Yeah, see? Elmo, best teacher. The crayons, yes. Oh, Teletubbies, Poe, my favorite. Lala was a close second, though. See? Okay, that's how you learn. Now, the second way that I actually improved my English when I was like 7, not even 7, maybe 8, is when my cousin was born. She was like, baby. And I had to re-watch a lot of the kid shows. I learned about octonauts. Apparently that's a new thing, where you learn about marine animals. And that's where I learned that dolphins sleep with one eye open. And yeah, I watched My Little Pony. I never grew up with My Little Pony, but my cousin grew up with My Little Pony, so I ended up watching My Little Pony with her. You know, you got refresher on grammar. Yeah, grammar refresher. I learned to differentiate the difference between the there and the there. yeah, that necessary English. Yes, okay. Oh, Dora? Yeah, Dora. That's how I also learned about Spanish. Yeah, I learned a bit of Spanish growing up. I started learning Spanish when I was in year 6 in primary school. So I guess in Canada that'd be grade 5. Yeah. Babysitter Mia. Hey, yo, I have really good babysitter skills, okay? I know how to change diapers. I know when to feed babies. I play with them. I never make them cry. They fall asleep really easy when I carry them, okay? I'm good with babies. I'm gonna be a great mom one day. Okay, anyway, besides the fact... English was the easiest thing for me to learn because I grew up with it. And I think that's how it is for anybody's first language, right? It just comes and you're like, it's second nature to you. You don't even think twice about how difficult it is to learn. It is what it is. And then, Cantonese and Mandarin I didn't learn them at the same time. Mandarin was a forced onto me type language that I had to learn. So, in the school that I went to, it was in Hong Kong, we call this an international school or an ESF school. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a school in Hong Kong that follows the British school system. And everything is taught in English. So English, math, science, whatever topic you can possibly think of, all taught in English. The only thing that wasn't taught to me in English was Mandarin. That was it. Yeah. So, from year 1 to year 8, I had to learn Spanish. Not Spanish, I had to learn Mandarin. Blah, blah, blah. And it was probably one of the biggest hurdles for me to get through growing up because I was shit at it. I was like, English is so much easier. I'm struggling trying to learn it compared to Mandarin. Why you gotta force this on me? But it's the school system. Didn't have a choice. So it is what it is. And despite growing up through it, things were not easy in the fact that I couldn't remember shit, but also the way that they taught it was really rough. Like, in year 1, we all start at the same, what do you call it, level, right? Like, all of us are basically zero knowledge in Mandarin. So I was learning Mandarin with all the white kids and all the Indian kids. Basically everyone who wasn't Chinese, I also learned Mandarin with at the same time. But then as the years went by, once I got to like year 3 or 4, I think, that's when they're like, okay, we're gonna give you a test that will determine what level of Chinese you learn. And I was like, well, fuck. But I somehow did decent, and there were 4 levels. First is the highest, and then fourth is the lowest. I got into the second level. So the way that I see it is the first level is full of the people who has Chinese as their first language. The second level is people who have English as first language but a background in Chinese, like you were Chinese. And then the third level is for people who spoke an Asian language, kind of like that's similar to Chinese, like Korean or Japanese. And then the fourth level was for the people who had no Chinese background whatsoever. So like if you were white or Indian, you know, that's how they grouped us up. It made sense, but it was also very discriminatory. Segregation and all that shit. Like my school was, I guess, old-fashioned in that they thought all white people were gonna be bad at Chinese. But then, closer to the end, I think in year 6, that's like the end of primary school. That's when I saw like a lot of the like some of the Korean and Japanese speaking people move up to my class, like the second level, and I was like, oh no. Because growing up, I was always told, like my parents would even say this. They would watch Cantonese Hong Kong dramas, and they'd be like, look, that white person on TV speaks better Cantonese than you. You know, they'd always be like that, and then I'd feel bad. So then when the people who don't even have any Chinese background started moving up a level, I was like, God damn it, I'm falling behind. Oh no. And then in years 7 and 8, my Chinese went down the drain. Okay, there was way too much going on because that was secondary school. So, you know, that's when you start buying your own lunch. And lunch only lasts like 45 minutes, even though the school day lasts from 7:45 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, it's a long school day. Okay? So, my brain was like, nope, 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 nope. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and do good in the classes I want to do good in. So I cooked. Okay, I took the cooking class. I took the textiles class. So I made my own hoodie and backpack that I brought to school every day. I made a gym bag too. Okay, I was good at science, even though my teacher hated me because apparently I didn't do my homework. But I swear I did do my homework. And I was gonna give up on the things I hated. So like math and Chinese. And Spanish was hard too, okay? But I started learning Spanish when I was in year 6, so it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. And then I was like, oh no, gotta move to Canada. What am I gonna do? I'm supposed to learn French. And my mom was like, it's okay. You don't have to learn Chinese anymore. So you can learn French without worrying about it. And I was like, okay. Let's go. And I learned French for 2 years. But until now, everything is je ne sais pas. And then Cantonese at the time, for me, my parents didn't let me learn it because they were afraid it was gonna be like it would coincide with my Mandarin knowledge. So they were like, we're not gonna teach you Cantonese, but we're gonna speak it in front of you at home. Or at least around family, so that you're exposed a little bit to it. So you understand us at the very least. And I was like, okay. Oh, Sean, thank you for joining the membership. Hello. Ça va? Comment ça va? Ça va bien? Yeah, I can read what you're saying, okay? I'm not that dumb. I'm good enough, okay? I'm good enough. ¿Te acuerdas lo que aprendiste? Sí! Sí! I do remember. I'm not that dumb, I swear I do remember. See, I can read, I can understand. It's just I don't speak well. Okay. Okay. So where was I? Alright, so I learned the French and then because I was in Canada, right? And after I learned all the French stuff, my mom and dad were like, maybe it's time for your Cantonese to get better. And then they did the comparing thing again. They were like, look at your uncle. He grew up in Canada where everyone around him speaks English. and his Cantonese is better than you. And I was like, it's not my fault. You didn't teach me. and then my uncle was like, it's okay, Mie, you'll be fine. You will learn one day. It's okay. Just keep practicing. Don't be scared to speak it. Just do your best, things like that. And then I was like, okay, I will low lick. If you learned French, do you move to... No, I didn't. I live in Ontario. Yeah, but it's still mandatory for me to learn. And not getting watch any TV shows in Cantonese? No, not really. At least, okay, so my parents would watch it, and I would just sit on my little beanbag chair being like, what's happening? I would just look at the TV and try and guess what was happening because I could not understand anything they were saying. Plus, they really, really like to watch traditional ones. So the ones with like the kings and the queens and the fancy traditional clothing, the manzai ma manzai, something like that, or like something wong sung, that kind of stuff. All the king greetings and the toiha, that kind of shit. Osmosis, if I'd like to learn through meiosis. Yeah, no Cantonese kid shows. I only learned what Doraemon was in Cantonese when I was 15. Apparently it's ding dong. I was like, ding dong? My mom was like, yeah, it's ding dong. And she was like, you know what Starbucks is? Because you keep going to Starbucks. Do you know what Starbucks is in Cantonese? And I'm like, no. And she's like, it's Sing Ba Huck. I'm like, Sing Bar Huck? Who? And she's like, yeah, Sing Ba Hug. I'm like, Sing Bar Hug. Sing Bar Hug? And she's like, no. Sing Ba Hug. I'm like, Sing Ba Humbug. I couldn't learn it until for the longest time. And you know what they call Tim Hortons here in Cantonese? Tim C. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, so anyway, my Cantonese started to improve when I started making a shit ton of mistakes. That was the only way. And I guess I kept asking my mom and dad, like, what does this mean? What does that mean? What is this? What is that? Or like every time they said something, I'd be like, what does that mean again? I've heard it before, but I don't remember it. And they're like, oh, it means TV. I'm like, oh yeah, TV sounds like beans. It's bean C. Yeah. Sounds the same, And that's how I remembered stuff in Cantonese. I tried to relate it to English because that was the only fluent language I knew. Cantonese do be a hard language to learn when you're not surrounded by it, honestly. Because the accent stuff, like the tones, they are... You kind of just have to memorize them. There's really no way to just know. At the point your parents started saying Cantonese to you instead of English? Yeah. So when I was a kid, at most, it was my dad that spoke Cantonese to me because his English isn't very good. So when my mom decided to send me and my sister to international school, my dad was a little bit worried because he doesn't really know English. So when I started learning English, my dad started learning English. And, it's obviously easier for kids to learn a language more than adults. So it was a struggle for him, but he did learn quite a bit. So he's pretty fluent now, especially because we live in Canada. How fluent are you now? Okay, John. So with Cantonese, I'd like to say I'm 80% fluent speaking-wise. I can hold a conversation in many different topics, like, weather, news, politics, healthcare, all that shit, I can talk about that. Like when I tried to explain how the vaccinations work, like the COVID vaccines work, to my dad, he was like, oh, okay, I understand you, So, because he didn't understand the English stuff about it, so I had to try and explain it a bit. But yeah, I've also been in the hospital often enough to learn a lot of the medical care terms. So like even basic ones like 다점, 타우hut, which is injection and blood test, things like that. I can very easily talk about them. It's not difficult for me anymore. It used to be, but now it's easy. Are tones hard? 難しいですか？難しいんだよ。だってまあ9くらいのトーンがあって、なんか練習だけじゃなくてただ覚えておけ。It's easier to remember just the word itself than all the different tones that exist. You know? It's especially in Cantonese when there's so many, there's 9 different tones, okay? So when it comes to learning Cantonese in general, number one, surround yourself by, watch all the TV, because that is in the end how I learned a lot of my Cantonese, is by watching TV. And if they said a word that I didn't understand, I would ask my parents, like, hey, what does that mean? And another thing is, I'm actually going to talk more about this when I talk about the Korean and Japanese learning, is don't textbook it all the way. There's only so much a textbook can teach you. And if there's something you don't understand, and a textbook isn't explaining it to you, the easiest thing you can do besides Googling is asking a person who already is fluent in the language, because they're gonna have the answers you're searching for. Yeah. 見え語じゃ何が偉いなのバカタレ So, he didn't want to lose to me? Yeah, I guess so. How much harder is it to learn Cantonese than French? Oof. I'd say, okay, difficulty-wise to learn French, I'd give it maybe 5 out of 10. Because speaking it is a lot easier than speaking is a lot easier than writing. But Cantonese is hard both in speaking and writing, so I give that a 10 out of 10 if anything. Even higher if I could. Yeah. 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 Oh, Andrew's here! Hi, Andrew! Just get a Chinese girl to boyfriend. It does help. It does help. If you have a lot of friends in general, and especially if you date one, you're gonna learn. Quite a bit. You're gonna learn quite a bit. Yeah. I kind of want to ask my mom, like, how did you teach me Cantonese in the end? Like, I genuinely want to know what she thinks about it. But maybe I can ask her that off stream, or if I get her on stream one day. Yeah. So Cantonese wise, I'd say I do know a lot of technical words. Thank you for saying it's impressive. Thank you. But I do know just because my parents watched a lot of medical shows, like On-Call 360. That's a Hong Kong medical show. They also watched a lot of the traditional shows, so even more olden day words I'm slightly aware of. Like Wang Sang, Wang Dai Gong Ji, those kind of things like that. Like captain and knight, things like that. Like I actually know how to say all those things. And then so my timeline of learning languages was very wonky. Despite being exposed to Cantonese my whole entire life, I was never comfortable speaking it until I was maybe like 16. Yeah. You're fluent in French? Ooh, cool. It's a very pretty sounding language, but there were things I just couldn't pronounce that easily. Like the ong sounds. Those are hard. I can't imagine learning Cantonese. The thing is, there's no alphabet. There's no alphabet. That's the hardest thing people cannot wrap their heads around, is the alphabet doesn't exist. You have characters. And another problem is with Mandarin, especially if you know Pinyin, if you have a keyboard, just romanization, like you have the regular QWERTY keyboard, right? You can type out the Pinyin and the characters will pop up for you. But you can't do that with Cantonese. You have to know how to write the character itself. There's no romanization or Pinyin for Cantonese. You are stuck with the character, the sole character. There's no other way to write in Cantonese. Unlike Mandarin, where you have Pinyin and you can just type in like, for like, 我爱你, like I love you, just write WOAINI. That's why it's so much easier to learn Mandarin compared to Cantonese. And fun fact, I actually have 秋州 roots. 秋州? I don't know how to say it in Mandarin, but 秋州 is a place in the Asian side of the world. I actually don't know exactly where it is, but I I learned a few words. Apparently, mukshap is sleep. Yeah, yeah. And then Dixie is there's a ghost or something like that. Yeah. So I learned. I know some weird ass phrases. And is mukshap to eat? Man, I forgot. Hi, Marky. Hello. So yeah, yeah. I know weird things. All that for a ghost, yes. In Cantonese, you'd be like yo guai ya, because guai is ghost. So it should start with the G sound. Guai, yeah. And you know what else guai can mean? It can mean expensive. You just have to get the tone right. Yeah, like ho guai, guai is higher, and then yo guai ya is like lower. There's like guai that means ghost, and then guai can also mean cabinet. Like hoi go guai. It means you're opening a cabinet door. Guai can mean a lot of things. Yao can also mean a lot of things. The word yao. Yao can mean right, like the right side. Yao bin is the right side. And then yao can also mean oil, like lok yao into your food. That means oil. Okay. And yao mean like a higher yao is you have something, like yao means I have a phone, like yao means I have something. So yao means to have some shit. See, there's a lot of yo go guai hoi go guai tong. That's how you would say ghost opening a cabinet. See, there's or guai moon. You can say moon as well. Yeah. I hate how this is why Chinese is hard, okay? Different tones. Sometimes the same character can have a different sound too. So not just different sound for the same character, but like different character, same sound. My accent in Mandarin is funny. I know it is. You know what? I actually had a Beijing tutor. Like, my tutor when I lived in Hong Kong was from Beijing. She was my mom's teacher. So she had the oldest traditionalist way of teaching me Chinese. She'd be like, you need to do your Chengyus. You gotta study for your dictation. And I was like, fuck, man. And then she would write out, like during Chinese New Year, right? She'd be like, do you know how to say the Chengyu for this and this and this and this? And she'd even teach me these like poems that there's something about a tiger and a bedroom and then the moon and some rabbit, and I was like, I don't understand. It's so hard, man. Yeah, it's just she also was really strict on my tones, so I can read pinyin like perfectly when there's tones in them, and like it's easy. But for me to just say it out loud, it's like I am very gan gai a lot of the time. Okay, I am very gam gai like 90% of the time I speak Mandarin, which is why when I stream I normally speak in Cantonese instead of Mandarin, because I know my Mandarin sounds weird when I don't have something to read off of. You know, my Mandarin teacher, okay, she would like hide the pinyin that's on top of the letters, like I'm on top of the characters, and she'd make me read it, and I'd be like, 我不明白. And then the second she like revealed the pinyin, I was like, I understand now. Oh, hi, Mom. Oh, hi, wait, Mommy, can you come in here for a second? Okay, I have a question to ask you. So I'm trying to explain to my chat how I learned Cantonese. Do you remember how I learned Cantonese?
I think you learn Cantonese by listening first, because we usually speak Cantonese at home.
Oh.
And I believe that is why you kind of pick up some. And you were brought up in a Cantonese place, right?
Yeah, but
even though you don't really speak Cantonese when you were young, however, you will still listen to. You heard someone speak Cantonese with each others.
But I never replied in Cantonese. I always replied to you in English.
That is also true. I would say it's Chinglish.
Yeah. But do you remember at what point my Cantonese got better?
When you came to Canada.
Yeah, but like why?
Because you want to. Because you want to say something secret with your friends, so you know, not everyone will understand.
But not all of my friends spoke Cantonese either. A lot of them spoke English. Remember, Gaze was the one who had like a lot of Asian friends, and then I had a lot of white friends growing up in Canada, like in grade 9, 10.
That's also true.
Right? So when?
I think your Cantonese is getting better since you came to Canada. Not in Hong Kong. But you definitely understand everything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I understood everything, but
I think it's also because of the age. By that time, you think that English is your mother tongue, so you find more comfortable with
that's true.
English, and you kind of like scared people may laugh at you because your pronunciation in Cantonese is not so right.
That is true.
But when you grow older and you get more mature, you think, oh, it is also good to learn something new, right?
Yes.
And then it's kind of challenge. And that is also why you learn some Korean and Japanese by yourself. This is also kind of like challenge yourself.
That's true.
And because you're mature enough and you know what you want.
Did you ever try to like teach me properly?
No.
But why? The only reason I can think of is because Mandarin in school. That was the only reason I can think of.
Mandarin pronunciation is still totally different from Cantonese.
Yeah, but like you never. Why did you never purposely teach me Cantonese? I feel like Dad might have tried.
He tried because your grandparents from your father's side do not really speak English at all. So he of course wants you to learn some Cantonese in order for you to communicate with your grandparents.
But all he taught me was 身邊快樂大吉大利萬事勝意身體健康 That's all he taught me.
But I think it's also to learn a language you have to have that interest first. You have to make it like more fun in order for you to learn something new, right?
That's true. Did Gaza have more fun than me learning it? She used to be better than me.
I don't think so.
That's better than me.
I don't think so. But a lot of my friends now, they do not speak Cantonese. They all tell me that Cantonese is one of the most difficult one for them to pick up, even though they speak Mandarin.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it is easier for us to learn Mandarin than Cantonese because people say Cantonese that we have so many pronunciations and a lot of slang.
Yeah, that's true. We do have a lot of slang.
Yeah.
Oh, does Mandarin have slang? They do, right?
I think they do, but not as than Canton. Right?
That's true. That's true. Wait, then. I just can't think of what point my Cantonese got better. Oh, 諗唔起啊.
All
Like
I
it-
know is at the time when you came here.
Do you remember when you started speaking more Cantonese with me?
I speak more Cantonese with you just because you speak more Cantonese with me. I never really pushed you.
Then. Really?
You probably start to talk more with Maya and Atwin at the time when you just came here in the first year.
But we spoke English with each other.
Yes, however you know that the Cantonese is way better than yours. Okay, we're born in Canada. Okay? However, the Cantonese way better than yours. Way better.
Okay, fine.
Why do you feel shameful about yourself?
I wasn't. I wasn't.
I'm just saying that probably, okay?
I wasn't.
Okay, then you wasn't.
Ciao Tao. Good night. Fuck man, okay. Oh Starlight, thank you for the soup. Wait, I didn't read it. What does it say? God damn it. Me and mommy internet number one. Stop it. Okay, wait, yeah, that was... Yeah, that was my mom. I just wanted to ask one question and then it became that. Anyway, let me scroll through chat. I'm sorry I didn't really read it while mom was here. Let me see. Oh, Yuki-hana, hello. Very important social phrases during New Year's. Yeah, see, that is all my mom, no, my dad taught me. Yeah. Wait, I got raided? What? What? Huh? Oh yeah, my mom. That was my mom. Don't mistake that for my sister. No, that was my mom. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, super epic guy. Hi, Jedmaster. Hello. Hi, Ravage. I did get burned. Yeah, I did get burned. Pattern. Hello. Kekis. Hi. Connor, Zach, Raid. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You really can. Thank you. Thank you. Arigato. So many shitos. This is hype. Hey, you're welcome. Ayo. Hi, Hilda. Hello. Sorry, I don't always read the full name because it's long. And I like to give people who come to my chat nicknames. Yeah, Lauren, you know, hey, I've shown you guys my baby pictures. I'm cute as fuck. You all know that. But thank you again for the raid. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi. Janine, I just know the one guy ready to. Ah. Hi. My name is Mien. Oh, got my throat. Hold on, I need water. Okay, my bad. Hey guys. I'm Mia. Nice to meet you. I do be... Okay, wait. What's my full intro again? Okay, right. I got this. I am Mino Mieko. Mia, you can call me Mia. Or Mieko. I am... Immortal human VTuber with Big Hammer. The Big Hammer is the main thing you need to be aware of. And yeah. Just be aware of the hammer. It's big badonker. Hi. I'll do this for a second so you can see me. Hello. Can I wave at you guys? Yeah, hi. I'm so lucky I was wearing the Say So outfit when my mom was here. My god, if I had worn this while she was here, I'd have been fucked. Yes. This is me. You know, since I don't really have any big badonkas, my hammer is a big badonka. Alright? Okay? That's how it is. It is what it is. Accept it. I got a belly window. At the very least, you have a belly window, and then I can do pseudo naked streams, cause I just can, you know, like this. Pseudo naked stream. It is what it is, alright? It's how I am. Yeah. And the face that everybody needs to be aware of before stepping any further into the chat is there you go. Yeah. Okay. That yeah. You need to know this much. If you don't know this much, then it's sad. It's just sad if you don't know that much about me, okay? You need to know at least that much about me. I don't know what the hammer is made of. Genuinely, I really don't know. If I knew, I would have told you guys, but I have no idea. It makes me super strong though, so it's nice. Moretti, you want a hammer? Go find yourself one in a basement. It's made of love. It's made of loving. All good loving. You know, I make some good loving towards it from time to time. It's a very good hammer. Done me good. Done me a lot of good. No, yes? What's that supposed to mean? Hey, yo? Okay, wait, no, I was here talking about my polyglot skills, cause I was supposed to explain it. Okay, where was I? Okay, we were talking about Cantonese, right?
Okay. So you heard from my mom because she came into the stream earlier. She didn't purposely try to teach it to me. I just learned it. It just the brain was like absorb, and it happened. And then what else? Okay, English I talked about. Mandarin I talked about. Spanish and French I talked about. Because those were both from school, you know, the doobie textbook learning. It wasn't like fun learning. And then Cantonese was as I got older. I learned it more. And then okay, last two, which I think are the two that a lot of people are curious about, would be Japanese and Korean. So I learned Japanese first and then Korean. Japanese I learned when I was about 14 years old, and I got really into anime. But prior to that, I visited Japan at least twice a year, every time, like every single year, starting from when I was about 6, 7 years old. Like I went to Hokkaido, Tokyo, Kyoto, Kobe, Osaka. Like Akihabara even, you know. I've been to a lot of places in Japan. Kanto even. Like I've been everywhere in Japan because I just went so often. I went in the summer and the winter almost every single year when I was 6 years old. So I already had a little bit of background in Japanese when I was growing up. And the last time I went there was actually around 15, I think, when I was 15 years old-ish. And I started learning it more when I was 14, which is around like grade 10 here, I believe, like 9, 10-ish. And the way that I learned it was, number one, anime, just to pronounce things better. If you want to know how to pronounce things, you gotta listen to anime, because those are some good-ass voice actors that enunciate their words and they don't mumble much, so it is much easier to learn how to pronounce things based off of animes. But if you want to learn how to sound like a true Jozu Japanese person, watch J-dramas instead. Or watch interviews of like seiyus or like podcasts. Yeah, VTubers. You need to watch VTubers. At the time, VTubers were big yet, so you know the way I learned it was not the same way I would learn it now. But back then, when I was 14, I learned it through number one, through anime background also, and then the last thing was taking the time to write notes on it and learn how to write it, not just read it. Because reading is easier than writing. Writing, you have to pull something from your brain down onto paper if you're writing it out. Or typing it out, whatever you want. But reading, it's already there for you. You just have to be able to recognize it. Was it too hard? No. Because if you know how to pronounce shit, it's easy to associate sounds with pictures, you know? Like this is how kids learn animals, right? You see a pig, you go like oink oink. You see cow, it goes moo, right? You see usagi, it goes usapyeon. You see doggo, it goes right? Or you see cat and it goes nya, right? Right? Easy to associate things. Once you know the sound, you're like, oh, I recognize what that is. Right? You see picture of I don't know, what other animal makes sounds. You just see a picture of an animal and you're like, oh, I recognize the sound that makes. That's basically how you learn a language. You see a character, you're like, oh, I recognize what that sounds like. So that is how I learned Japanese, is I learned all the sounds first. You know? You gotta be able to say shit to be able to read the shit out loud and associate that character in your brain and its meaning. You know, yeah. So because your brain operates through this flowchart system. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I took psychology, and basically the dendrites in your brain, they all have like connecting parts and stuff, like axon and axon terminals and neurotransmission, things like that. Okay, there's a lot of things that go in your brain. All right, gray white matter, however else you want to think of it. But basically, your brain has a flowchart system. First of all, the way that I go through it is sound, because you hear things like you see and then you hear, and then it's like, ooh, connectivity. So if I see, let's say, okay, let's start with cat, right? Easiest thing, cat. You see a cat, many different species of cat, but you see a cat, you recognize the cat. Your eyes are like, I see that as a cat. Now, why do I see that as a cat? Is because, okay, I hear the nya, it's nyang, right? I see its face, it's got whiskers, okay? I see it's got paws, so it walks on fours. It's got a tail, right? It's got ears that are pointy and stick up, right? So it's easy to just flowchart that in your brain. Like, okay, this is a cat. Why is it a cat? It's because of all these other factors that just combine into this one stereotype in your brain. You know, it kind of solidifies into one idea. So like phones, you see, oh, it's got, like in the olden days, you're like, oh, it's got the number, like the numpad with like A, B, C, D, E, right? And you got like the little screen. And then slowly, as time started to change, you're like, oh, big screen, smartphone. And then you see other types of smartphones. Why is it a smartphone? It's because it's pretty. It's got big black screen and you can touch it, right? Yeah. See, this is how you learn shit. That's how you learn characters. Wait, I'm not looking at chat. Hold on. It disappeared on me. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Wait, what? Omedeto? Is that... Hey? Wait, what? I'm at 3K! Banzai! Wait, someone screenshot it real quick. Now, do it. do it. Screenshot time. I need a screenshot. Hold on. Okay. I got screenshot. Hey! Yes, bitch, let's go. See that hand? Nice. Yokata! Hey! I'm so happy. I'm gonna share this with my mom. Hold on. Let me go into WhatsApp and then send the picture to my family. Hold on. Oh, Amai, thank you for the thingy. Oh, what? You've been a member for 4 months, really? I didn't know that. Congrats on TK. What is the milestone? Thank you. Thank you, Carter, for the raid. That's probably what got me there. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ah. Okay. I got to 3,000. Yay! And then party emote. Where's the... Okay, there we go. There we go. Done! Okay, I sent it to my family. Hey! Yo, I'm happy. This is turning out to be such a nice stream. Yo, I'm not even done with the languages part, and I still have to talk about academics, and then art, and then music. It's gonna take a long time. Hope I didn't throw things off too much. It looked like good shit. No, you did not. Do not worry about it. If anything, you made it better. No, you're not throwing anything off. You're increasing the viewer experience. I appreciate you. Thank you. My mom was right. Yo, my mom is like a good luck charm. The second she comes into stream, it's like I get rated, I get supers, and then sometime also at 3K now. She also told me to make more shorts, so I'm gonna listen to her. I'm gonna make more damn shorts. She's like, she knows. Mom's intuition is too good, man. Me and mom debut when? I don't know. I'm gonna get my sister first, cause you know, sister's safer. Sister's safer to have on stream than mom, to be honest. Oh, Starlight, thank you! Thank you for the super! Congrats on 3K, what is it? Thank you, Starlight, thank you! You think listening to a language and reading subtitles in the same language helps to learn? Okay, so that's what I did with Japanese and Korean, so yes. Shorts are where it's at. Yeah, my mom do be. Yo, she knows about TikTok. She's like, Mia, you should make a TikTok account. And I'm like, oh no. She's more savvy than me. And she's like, you know, in China, this is what they do to like sell goods and stuff. You should probably do that. Maybe you'll get some sponsorships. I'm like, my mom knows too much. Oh, bye, Amma. Thank you for coming. Thank you. But yeah, I know that within the next
few weeks I'll start making more shorts, okay? I'm gonna listen to my mom, okay? This today has told me I need to listen to her more. Oh God, I cannot believe she knows me. She knows this about this more than I do. Like, this is my job. Okay, anyway, where was I? Okay, right. Japanese learning. I mean, besides the fact that I made notes on it, like I actually took note of all the hiragana and katakana. I made a chart even, where I would write the hiragana and then the romanization of it under it, and then I did that for katakana as well, so I didn't fuck it up. So that is how I learned it all. And sometimes I guess you gotta make educated guesses when learning Japanese because there is kanji, there is hiragana, there is katakana. So there's 3 different things you have to learn. 2 alphabets and then kanji. And then kanji is like, it's harder to learn kanji than it is to learn Chinese characters, in my opinion. Because there are so many instances where one character has like 3 different pronunciations. And in Chinese, that rarely happens. So I think learning kanji is much harder. But at least you get an alphabet, which makes things a lot easier. And the grammar is relatively easy to learn. You can like interchange the particles like wo, ni, wa, and ga. They're really easy to like interchange, and sometimes they mean the same thing even if you get them a little bit off, and it's still understandable. So easy. But then for Korean, I actually learned that in like a really strange way. I didn't learn it with the alphabet at first. You know what? To be honest, for Japanese, I didn't learn the alphabet at first too. Wait, what are the differences between the 2 alphabets? Okay, hiragana, you use that mainly for like trying to pronounce kanji. Like whenever you see a kanji, the Chinese looking character, and then the little hiragana alphabet thing on top of it, it teaches you how to pronounce that particular kanji, because kanji has... One kanji can have so many different variations of pronunciation, and they all can mean different things. So when you see hiragana on top of a kanji, that tells you how to pronounce it. And also hiragana is used to basically make verbs, adjectives, descriptive words, and it gives you grammar, basically, is what it does. And when you read kanji, you need the hiragana to turn it into like instead of a noun, it makes it an adjective. Yeah, that's the word. And then katakana is basically just to teach you how to say English sounding words. That's basically it. Katakana is mainly used for that. So like if you go to a mall in Japan, for example, and you see a bunch of like the brands in the directory, all of them, like Prada, Chanel, Gucci, they're basically all written in katakana. It's because they're originally not a Japanese word. So they use katakana to differentiate that. They're like, okay, if you want to say the word ice cream, you write that in katakana. If you want to say like, I don't know, if you want to say like the brand name, like Prada, you would see Prada in katakana, not hiragana. That's how you differentiate them. The Japanese term is the real someone you can use based on something. That is true, yeah. Oh, hi, Toons! Hello. I got a post that I got to 3K later. I'm still thinking about it. Holy shit. I didn't think I'd reach it today. We'll do a celebration stream tomorrow, and I will call my sister up to be like, hey, bitch, when you free for a stream with me? Yeah? Okay, anyway, that was Japanese. I did not learn the alphabet first, which is probably what a lot of people do, is they learn hiragana and katakana first, so that they can read all the other things. I did not do that. I learned the sounds first. Sounds are just easier for me to absorb and grasp, and if I say it often enough, it becomes muscle memory. Yeah. And the thing is, with Korean, I did the same. Despite Korean having an alphabet, and they only use that alphabet, they don't have like the Chinese characters and stuff. I still didn't decide. I don't know why, but I didn't learn the alphabet in the beginning, which is probably what I should have done. But the way I learned it was basically watching a shit ton of K-dramas, and I watched a ton of variety shows. And if you don't know, Korea has a lot of variety shows, like game shows, like Running Man, if you haven't heard of it, or like very real life type shows. So there's a show where like dads look after their kids while the mom is away. Like celebrities who have kids, they like show how they look after them on a daily basis. There's a lot of like day in the life of an idol type shows. So you get there's a show called The Manager, where it shows how managers of K-pop idols, like what do they do throughout the day and how they manage K-pop idol groups. There's a lot of those type of shows. There's also the survival shows. They had a shit ton of those within the past like 10 years, I swear. So there was Produce 101, the second season of that. There was the Girls Planet 999. There was I think there was also Island, which I think is the Hybe Entertainment one. But see, there's a lot of these type of shows where it just shows more like real life things that entertainers have to go through. Or the game shows are really fun, in my opinion. My favorite has always been Running Man, and the reason why it's so easy to learn the alphabet, the Korean alphabet, without actually learning the alphabet, like every single letter, is because in those kind of variety shows, they always pop up like subtitle or headings every time like they speak or something. Like you know, like sound effects, kind of like when you watch a short, and then only the keyword pops up that they say, like the word that they say, the keyword pops up in shorts. You know, things like that. It always happens in variety shows in Korean. So the way that I learned Korean is by listening to what they were saying and then trying to recognize what I saw on the screen, because I knew there was like a very similar pattern where there was like a circle and then a line, or a box and then a line with a dot next to it. Very similar pattern. I just had to figure out like what I saw and what I heard and connect it together. So I was like, oh, there's a circle, a line, and a square box, and then when that character pops up, they say this. I'm like, okay, so that and then if there's another character where it's like a circle and then just the line, they say this instead without that last syllable, which is probably what the square was. And I just like puzzle pieced the alphabet, the Korean alphabet, in my head. So if someone asked me to spell something out to them in Korean, I wouldn't be able to do it because I don't know what each individual letter they have is called. There's like real ways of saying it. Like, you know how we say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? They have that in Korean too. It's just I never learned that. I know what sound they make. I'm like, oh, the circle is like a silent sound, or like an NG sound, like a or like the straight line is like an E sound. But to write that out, you have to put the circle in the line. Or if you want to make like an S sound, you have to put like the thing that looks like an upside down V. Things like that. And I just don't know. I'm not able to spell anything out in Korean unless I like physically write it out. And the keyboard in Korean is also really strange. Like, you know, there's a Japanese keyboard, right? In Korean, they also have their own keyboard, and it's just as difficult. So that's how I learned the alphabet, is by sound association. It's basically playing sound association, but only for like a character. And then like eventually I learned how to spell because I kept reading stuff. Like I also read webtoon comics. That was helpful. That was real helpful. And very interesting too. Yeah. Oh, Luminous! Bye! Thank you for coming! Hi, Ashik. Commission's open yet? Technically, soft opening. I did tweet again. Thank you! I will retweet it later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, wait, arigato. But yeah, I used to read a shit ton of webtoons, and BL. BL has been my savior. Sometimes I would get so desperate to read the webtoon before the English translation came out. So I would try my best to read the Korean or Japanese version, the OG. So that's where a lot of my knowledge comes from, is reading BL. Okay, BL has been my life savior. It's like my fuel to get up in the morning. Second I open my eyes, I read BL. Second I want to go to bed, gotta go to sleep, okay, read BL. If I'm getting really bored or tired,
Open my iPad, slap open that BL shit. Yes, let's go. Need a BL in my life to learn anything. Hi, Mizuka! Hi! So yeah, BL has been my life source. What BL on Webtoon? I don't think it's safe for YouTube. I don't think it's safe for YouTube. But that's okay, that's okay. I have a list. If you guys want the list, I have a list. and the list has increased since the last time we spoke, by the way. Let's see. I'm gonna take my iPad out right now. Unlock you. Wow, first thing I see when I unlock it is BL. What do you know? Okay, let's see. Since I have told you guys my BL list, since then it has expanded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 different BLs, okay? I'm gonna try and read them out as fast as I can. Some of them are in English, and I'm gonna skip over those because that's... Some of them are very, very unsafe, so I'm gonna skip over those too. So I'm not gonna read all 36, but I'll read the majority. Okay, let's see. Fuko-kun wa kiss suru shika nai. Skip that one, skip that one. Hontou wa suki nano ni. Skip that one, skip that one. Ringo no nakumi jijo. Backseat no aimashou. Skip that one. Ore so no kao kirai desu. Neko neko. Ichi kitsune to hito no ko. Ote o suwari kiss. 脱力系魔王様の有義な日々。椿色カンタレラ。ガンの買い方。永遠しか欲しくない。夜明けの上司。この先は二人きれないで。息子がお世話になってます。これしやっと引いた。スキップダウン、スキップダウン。青春のリオビンチャ。スキップダウン。振り向いて雪のちゃん。助かる犬。可愛くない兄貴をあげがしほうほう。大リータよりて。飴色キリキラム。童貞ヤンキーはジクス。スキップダウン、スキップダウン。女子との一晩。誰にも内緒で。ゆうちゃん雇用する。スキップダウン。おかしい。青春電車。Okay, sit down. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's some of them. That's just some of them. That's not all 100 and something. There's probably even more than 100 in this list, right? So that's just some of them, okay? But I need BL to learn, okay? I need it. It's my life source. It's my fuel. It's my energy. It's my spirit. I live to read the BL, okay? And that is how I learned Korean. Ta-da! Yo, guys, I actually went to a Korean restaurant today. Not today. It was... I think 2 or 3 days ago, and I was with two friends. Neither of them spoke Korean, but we went to a Korean place, and I ordered food for us. No, I didn't step up to order food first, but they ordered first, and then I could see that the ajuma there, that was working there, she was not really good at English, so I did my best to order in Korean. I was like, "이거를 하나 주세요." And she looked so relieved that I spoke Korean. And she's like, 한국어 잘해. I was just like, oh, thank you. 감사합니다. I just got really shy and timid. I was just like, oh gosh. And so every time my friend like wanted something, she'd be like, raise your hand up, Mia. You gotta order. I was like, oh gosh, you'll never know. Skip, that one is my favorite. You're welcome. You have a good read at it, yeah. To get discount? In the end, she's like, I won't charge you tax. Because tax in Canada, at least in the area that I'm in, is 13%. I think it's 13. Is it 1.3? 13? Pretty sure it's 13%, actually. Yeah, 13. 13%. So, it's expensive! You gotta give tips too, so in the end, it's like 28%. If I buy a shirt that's like $30, it ends up being 50. Okay, anyway. So that's basically the languages I know. Do you guys have any questions? Honestly, the most I can say is you gotta find the things you love about the language to learn it. I personally really like Japanese food growing up, so I learned a lot of the Japanese food first, and then I learned the phrases, and then I learned the kanji and hiragana and katakana all together. Korean, I just watched a bunch of shit. And then I learned to pronounce it, and then I learned to read it. That's the order I went in. Cantonese, I think it's clear. I just speak it. Reading is not my forte. I'm fluently able to speak Cantonese, okay? But reading is not it. Mandarin-wise, because it was forced on me, I chose not to learn how to speak it. But you know, when you're forced to learn something for so many years growing up, especially because you're a kid, right? When you're a kid, a lot of things stick really well in your brain before, you know, the selection of dendrite degradation happens. So I'm able to like remember a majority of how to read Mandarin, especially because I learned more kanji, and I associated a lot of the kanji I learned with Chinese. So Mandarin-wise, easy to read, hard to learn. Cantonese, just 10 out of 10 the hardest. I think in order, Cantonese is the hardest to learn, and then after that it's Mandarin, and then Japanese, and then Korean. Yeah. If we're going like all-roundedness wise, that's how the order is. Okay. I think that's it for the languages thing. I don't really know what other secrets I can impart to you. Oh, change your phone's language. Yeah, that's another way. That's another way. It's a very scary way because you want to know how to change it back, but that is the way. Hi, Albers. Okay, let me change this to. We're gonna talk about school now. Let me talk about university. My university skills. And university skills don't just mean like studying. I'm talking about how to actually live a life in uni. Yo, okay. You guys get to hear my university stories now. You guys ready? You guys get to hear my embarrassing university stories. Because I have quite a few. Where do I even start? I did have a life in uni. I did. Past tense, but I did. It existed, okay? I had friends. I had people to study with. I got flirted with. I was taken out for freaking mixers, too. Yeah. I had a life. I had a life. I did not enjoy the Go-Cons very much, but I went to them. They existed for me. And I joined clubs. That's actually how I learned a lot of Korean, is I joined a Korean club for like 2 years. Flirted? I was flirted with. I was always the flirted with person, not the flirty. I was always flirted with. Was a rough times. Haven't done my homework. I don't have any homework. Have you done your homework, Moretti? Have you? Okay, but we'll start from first year because I think that's the year that most people are scared of. I know I also have a lot of younger people in my chat who are under the age of being in university, so I think it's a good idea to talk about them. First year, when I was about that's like 17? Yeah, 17-ish. Actually, no, maybe I can backtrack a little bit. When I was in grade 12, senior year high school, I did not decide what I wanted to apply into until a month before applications ended. Like, not even ended, but like, maybe opened, just to be sure. I'm gonna say opened. So, in Canada, I don't really know how it is for you guys in other parts of the world, but for Canada, for the majority of programs, they open applications in November. They close around, I'd say February to March-ish is when they close, because you get early admission, like conditional admission around May. Is it May? I think May. Or maybe even earlier if they really, really want you. And I was like, I don't know what I want. I really don't know what I want. But because I don't want to dox myself or anything, I'm not going to give too many details about what I studied. But the most I can tell you is that it's healthcare related. I do be in the healthcare field. My sister was the one who actually drove me into that direction. I did not decide it fully on my own. But I knew in grade 11, like the year before senior year. I don't know what you call that in America, where a lot of you are from, but grade 11, I took almost the full Asian six-pack. And if you don't know what the full Asian six-pack is, it's biology, chemistry, physics, and then the 3 types of math, which is functions or advanced functions, economics, and statistics. Yeah, that's the Asian six-pack. At least that's what we called it in my school. And you could replace economics with computer science or engineering or business. Yeah, that's the Asian six-pack. Now, I took almost the entire Asian six-pack. I took all 3 sciences, bio, chem, phys, and I also took advanced functions, and I wanted to take stats, but I decided not to take stats because I hate stats. I hate numbers. I didn't take business, so I didn't really like working with numbers in any capacity. Closer to like grade 12 when you have to decide all that shit, my sister told me, hey, you look like you belong in this program. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, you don't have to deal with needles, but you also get to work with patients. I'm like, oh, that sounds like what I want to do. So then I took it and I applied for it. Now, the application process was actually not that difficult for me to do because I had all the requirements. My university required us to have an average grade of 85%, which is an A, basically. It required us to do, I think it was math, English, 2 sciences, definitely physics. What else? Bio, for sure, definitely bio. And one of the like more social science type courses, we had to take one of those. What else is there? No, I think that's like the majority of it. Yeah. So, easy for me to get in. And at least I had high confidence that I get in. Now, when I applied, you're allowed to pick 3. Picking 3 programs is like the average thing to do. I knew people who picked 8 different programs to apply into because they were so not confident that they would get accepted into university, and I thought that was a waste of money because in the end they might have gotten accepted into all of them. But I only applied to 4, and two programs in 2 different universities that were the same program. Like I applied, 2 different programs, 2 different program types, I think you could say I applied into. Basically the equivalent of the same program at 2 different universities. So 4 programs in total. I got accepted into all of them. I even got early admission into one of them because I am that smart. I am that big brain. See, schools want me. And I remember when I got accepted into the one that I really wanted, I like squealed because I was checking my email in class. And I just squealed, and then my teacher was just like, what happened? I'm like, I got accepted into university. And then she was like so happy for me. I was like, yeah, because that teacher knew me since I was like in grade 9. So yeah, good teacher. Anyway, got into uni. Just didn't even do any of those like university tour shit that let me know what the program was actually like or what the university was actually like. I also had to calculate what my freaking commute route was because I didn't think about that before applying. I was a dumbass. But basically I had to drive 30 minutes, take a train for about an hour and 15 minutes, transfer trains, take the subway for 20 minutes, and then walk for about 20 minutes. So that's a lot of... I basically took every sort of transport you can possibly take during one day. Sometimes it would be like drive, and then big train, and then subway, and then I would either take a streetcar or a tram, whatever you want to call it, or I would bus it, or I would walk it. Really depends on where I had to go on the day. So... any kind of transport you can possibly think of, I probably took. I even biked once, okay? Skateboard even. You know, I brought my penny board downtown to campus once. Took every form of transportation you could possibly take, I swear to God. And then, now the school itself, though... that was a time. Okay. The only thing I really remember from first year is... I got bullied a lot. And that is probably not what someone wants to hear if they're applying for university. Yeah, I did not need a gym. I was walking like 10 to 20,000 steps per day. So I did not need a gym. My legs are toned as fuck because of that, alright? It wasn't just like strength. Like I would speed walk, I would run, I would just jog it. Like in the winter, I'd have to hike through the snow because Canada snow is... It's intense. Yo, my school during blizzards and stuff. You know, my university has not had a snow day in over 100 years. That is how long it's been since the last snow day. Because they refused to close down the school. And then, like, at least officially. Because when there was a blizzard in, like, my second year, they were like, oh, all the other schools are closing down in the afternoon. Should we close? And then they didn't decide to close the school until it was, like, 9 to 10 p.m. where everybody was already at home. Like, it's dumb as fuck. Thick buff legs? No. I did endurance too, because walking from one building or like from a subway station to a class could have taken between 10 to 20 minutes of just walking and trekking, and I would like take breaks because in the snow and wind it's like rough. So, you know, I was very fit. Very, very fit. I still am very fit. At least I'd like to think so. I have my abs now. They're coming back. But okay, school-wise though, the way you study in university is so different from high school. It's insane. Because in high school, you have like tens of hundreds of opportunities to raise your mark. In uni, you get 3. You basically get 3, on average 3. You have midterm, maybe a quiz or 2, and then final. Or maybe an assignment, and then final. Like, it's insane how little opportunities you get to raise your grade. I remember my, one of my courses was 65% of like a final and then 45% midterm. No, 60 final and then 40 midterm. Blah, blah, blah. Math. When you made to make it in time, I mean, it's not morning right now, it's night. Yes, no, I do. Okay, so university can be a pain in the ass because every course is different. For a lot of the time in high school, you don't really have to think about it, you know? You just know your final is 30%, and then the rest of the course, maybe some tiny assignments in between are worth this amount, and it's always the same. But no, in university, every course is different. Save your souls. Yeah, it was pain. 35% for the course, and then 65% final. I dropped it. I did not want that course. I switched out to a different one. But there's like, I feel like the average is 35% for your course. Maybe like 40% for your final, and then the rest is like assignment or quiz. I think that's how the math usually works out. Yeah, like 75% for the tests and stuff, and then the other 25% is like quiz or assignment. It's basically how it was for my university on average. Again, there was like so many different factors. Depends if you have like a full year course or if you have like the semester type thing. Like, really depends. So, when you have only 4 months to study, the way you study changes a shit ton. So, because, okay, like I said, my commute, I took every type of transportation you could possibly take. I would wake up, if my class was at 9 a.m., I wake up at 6. I get ready to leave by 6:30. Or sometimes even earlier, 6:25 even. And I drive to go to the train station, and I would go on the train, eat my breakfast on the train, and then once I was done, I would either sleep to continue my sleep, or I would study. Like if it was a midterm day, I would study my ass off on that train, because that train ride was an hour and 30 minutes, give or take. And after that, I would walk to like get my morning coffee at some Starbucks or Tim's or McDonald's, whatever had the shortest line. I would keep walking. Sometimes I would study while walking, but that was really dangerous during rush hour. And then I would keep studying when I switched trains for like another 20 minutes. Keep studying on my iPad all day, just reading that shit. Sometimes I'd be on my phone too, because my Notability app is like, you know, shared between my phone and my iPad. I would study off my phone too. Sometimes I would even upload my study review notes into a PDF file just so I could read it on my phone. And then I would walk and read at the same time during a midterm day or studies, like final day. Just keep reading that shit while walking. Waiting in line for coffee. Yep, keep reading that, studying that shit. And then I would not study the last 5 minutes before I had to go in the exam room, because I was like, I need to break. I need to breathe. I need some time to just solidify everything that's in my head right now. You know, if I don't know it by now, then I don't know it by now, and it's just a lost cause. I just gotta remember everything I do remember right now, otherwise there's no point. Because I spread myself so thin in my first year. Because my program was 5 mandatory courses per semester. I didn't get elective. If I wanted an elective, I'd be overloading myself with 6 courses in one semester. 6 courses, 4 months? Way too much information. I would have done shit in all of them. So just 5 and 5 per semester. And then when I got to 4th year, I was like, I'm gonna cut it down a little bit, and I took 4 and 4 because I took summer school and I basically had more free time. But the way that I studied got a lot better over time. First and second year was like cram, cram, cram everything. And even though those were the 2 most important years in my opinion, I just crammed the shit out of it. And I did a lot of last minute things, which I feel like I shouldn't have done. The way I took notes also changed. In the beginning, I typed everything out. Like I would copy and paste lecture slides a day before, and I would type it up in a document and print it out and annotate everything. But I thought that took too long. So in the end, I was like, okay, I'll just take notes on my laptop. I'll type while the professor talks. And I'll just type the heading of the PowerPoint slide. And then put my own notes underneath it. And then at home, I'll just rewrite and annotate the PowerPoint slide with things that I took note of in class. Because I hated looking back and forth between a document and then PowerPoint slide, document, PowerPoint slide. I just hated doing that. My brain couldn't connect the two together. And then eventually, in 3rd year, I got my iPad. So I was able to annotate directly onto it and record lectures. I recorded a shit ton of lectures. All my lectures I recorded. And the good thing about the app that I used, it was basically my lifesaver, is when I recorded the lecture, I would like write and write and write. And if I had to go back in the lecture, like if I put a question mark somewhere on my PowerPoint thing, like I annotated it, if I go back in the lecture recording, it would show me when I drew that question mark, or like at what point in the lecture I wrote a certain like sentence down. So I was able to go back with the recording and just re-listen to it to take note of whatever I missed. Like that was the beauty of the Notability app, is the recording function. Without it, I probably would have failed a lot of my classes because I missed too much. And you know when you write slower than you type, right? So everything you listen to, you have to just give it a second in your head to what do you call it? Like you have to give it a second to make sense in your head, and then you write it down. Right? That's how, when you write notes, that's how you have to do it. Like you have to take the important information and only write that down. I did not do that in my first 2 years of uni. I was so stressed on typing everything my professor said that I wasn't actually listening to it. Was the dumbest thing I could have done, honestly. But the only other good thing that came out of that was my typing speed. It increased from 100 words per minute to 150 words per minute. Is someone else in your life every day? Yeah, one of those. Yo, I used to have one of those, but I never used it. It felt kind of dumb. I should have used it. I never figured out how to use it. Like, there was only so few buttons. Like, I didn't get it. But yeah, that's basically how I got through uni in the end and actually started getting A's. Yeah, getting A meant I had to only take note of the important information and remember the important information. And if there's anything else that I had to know, well, it's probably somewhere in the it's written already somewhere in like readings or like journal articles that I had to read. You know, things like that. It's probably already somewhere that I know of. It's just I didn't realize that I knew it. So yeah, the only way I got through uni really is by doing things in advance. I should say, yeah, doing things in advance. I used to leave so many things to the last minute. Like every time I saw like a paper was due on a certain day, I would put in my calendar that it's due the day before that. That way, I would get it done like a day before, and then I'd have like an extra day to really proofread everything, and then I would be like, yes, this is it. And I would never be late. I've never submitted anything late. And the other reason that I did that is so I'd get enough sleep. I have never pulled an all-nighter for school ever in my life. Like, I am so proud of that because so many people ruin their sleep schedules. Like in high school, even I've heard people pull all-nighters. I've heard people in university always do all-nighters for a paper or a quiz they didn't do, or they need to study for something. Like pulling an all-nighter to study for a final exam. Like I've heard of that so much, and I could not do that. That was never me. It was never possible. I was like, there's no way. No matter how hard I tried to, So people somehow are surprised that I've never pulled an all-nighter, but I really have never pulled an all-nighter. Like, pulling an all-nighter means you don't sleep, right? Like, that's impossible for me. Like, okay, the one thing I envied so much about my friends who lived near the school is that they didn't have to wake up 3 hours before their test or exam to get there on time. I was always afraid that maybe like the train was delayed, or I'd have to walk fast, or what if I got the room wrong? Like, what if there's a lot of traffic that day? So there were always things I was afraid of if I slept in late. Like I'd be so late. And so I always had to get my sleep. And I survived on an average of 4 hours of sleep per day all throughout university. But I made it work. I did well. And I caught up on sleep on the weekends. So, yeah. You know, the way you remember stuff is by sleeping, right? Not by furiously trying to stay awake with Red Bull. Yeah, just so you know. I feel like the only way to really study though, like to effectively study, effectively study, is only taking the important information, making your own notes from the notes that are given to you. Because a lot of lectures, like, they give you the PowerPoint slide, right? I could never really study properly off of those. I had to make my own notes, otherwise I just couldn't. I was like, I don't get it. It is worse than a case of no. I how do I explain this? So I was able to get a lot of sleep on some days because my schedule allowed for it. Like if I had class at 2 in the afternoon and it ended at like 8, then I obviously could sleep in, right? So I was fine. But I just could never pull an all-nighter, mainly because I couldn't stay awake. Like I could drink coffee all day, nothing. Like nope. Casual guy deleted. Ew, that's bad. Would you say people were friendly at school or at uni? So in high school, I had a really good life. Okay, I had good friends throughout my whole entire high school life. Yes, my friends changed over time because, you know, we all took different courses. Maybe we didn't have lunch together or anything, but I had a really good time in high school for friend-wise. I mean, obviously there were like bumps here and there, but in general, I'd like to say that my high school life was pretty good. I met Reina. She made my last year of high school the best year ever. And the other thing is, in university, I happened to just meet the wrong people. I wasn't able to meet the best people until the end of second year and the beginning of third year. So first year, well, I think everybody knows this. Everybody will tell you this, that university is very competitive. It can be very easy to get in, but it is very hard to stay in it. I think that is the key thing that a lot of people will tell you if you're trying to get into uni, or if you're thinking about it even, is if you have the right specs, easy to get in, but can you stay in? Well, you gotta work for that. So the first year I did decent. Okay, I got a lot of B's. And I guess for the people that I met at the time, they were not very good at studying, or they just couldn't adapt to the way that university tested you. A lot of the time, it's multiple choice because, well, when you're in first year, that's when there's a lot of new students. That's the most there's the most students at the time in that year, because as time goes on, people change programs, they transfer, they go on like internships. So first year is where there's a lot of people, right? And they're gonna give you a lot of multiple choice so that they don't have to get people to mark your long answers and essays. The problem with that is when I got my marks, everybody's given the same shit, right? So I guess when the people that I met at the time, my friends at the time, when they saw it in first year, they were like, "How did you do so well? Like, what are your tips? What are your tricks? How do you study?" And the way I studied obviously was not solidified at the time. Like, I did not have a way that I wanted to study or felt was effective to study. But those people I met ended up just trying to use me a lot. They'd be like, can you give me your notes? I'd like to copy your notes. Or during a lecture, they would see me type something, stare at my laptop, copy what I wrote, and then send it down the friend train of like, if I was on the very left, I would type something, the person to my right would look over at my laptop, they'd type it down, then the person to their right would look at what she wrote, and it would keep going. So basically, my notes that I was taking, how I was studying, was being transferred on to the friends. And if they were good friends, I wouldn't have minded, you know? I wouldn't have minded helping them study. I wouldn't have minded being like, let's go to the library and study together. You know, you want to go for a coffee? We can chill and study together, you know? If they were good friends. If I actually felt like they were people I wanted to spend time with genuinely. But no, these were people who I thought at first were those types of people, the ones that I wanted to spend the rest of my uni life with. Who ended up being the type that just wanted to use me for my brain. And I refused to acknowledge that. I was like, no, I need friends in uni though, otherwise it's gonna be sad. So I let them use me for the longest time, even though they were such bitches about it. Never got a thank you, you know, just not, even though I helped them study and shit, lent them textbooks, lent them study tips, studied with them even. No, not a single thank you. Oh, hi Black Wolf, hello. But yeah, that's basically how my first year went. So I have to say that the people I met in my first year of uni were not the best. They were people who were very toxic. And I do not wish to associate with them ever again, but since my official graduation ceremony is coming up in December, I might actually see them. Funny. But yeah, I no longer talk to them anymore. And for second year, I slowly started to distance myself away because I had insane trust issues. And throughout the summer, I was talking to a lot of my friends, and they were like, "You don't deserve any of that, Mia. You deserve better friends. I know we're not in the same program as you, but we want to be there with you. We want to be there for you." So in second year, a lot of the time I was texting people. I just distanced myself from them. Like, there was a lecture hall where there was left-handed seats, where, you know, the desk that flips up. Usually it's on the right side, but I'm a lefty, so I like the left ones. And those were specifically on the edge of an aisle. Those people that I met in first year, the very toxic people, they all like to sit on the right side of the lecture hall because that wasn't really in the center. So every time they asked me to sit with them, I was like, no, I want the lefty seat. And I would take that seat, and then they wouldn't follow me because all of them were already sitting down together. Or I would line up to get coffee, and then maybe they were like trying to get my attention, you know, maybe talk to them for a bit. But if I got my coffee, I bought it, I got it, I left. I did not wait for them like they would have thought that I did. Or if we, like, I didn't ask them, like, hey, what class are you taking this year? Because I did not want to get into the same class as them, if possible. Because there was one class we had, 90% of it was group work. So, I did not want to be in the same class as them for that. And I guess like I just slowly started to distance myself away from them. Now, second year and first year, it was full of classes that were mandatory. So we all basically had the same schedule. The only things that were different was tutorials or labs, you know, smaller classes, right? Those were the classes I was able to not be with them. But during the mandatory lectures, we basically all had to walk the same way. Everyone in my program, like in the same year as me, we had to go from one building to another, this classroom to another, all together. We were like one big train of just people from my program walking in one direction. During those times, I would put my earphones in and just walk on my own. And if they happened to catch up to me, I'd be like, well, fuck. But if they didn't, I would just try and distance myself away from them. There was one time, one building was just way too far from another one that I was at already. Like it was a 10-minute walk away, but the 10 minutes in the snow equals 15 minutes, and we wouldn't have made it in time if we didn't take the subway. So I ended up having to go on the subway with them because they got onto the same car. And you know what? I remember in that one train, I was wearing this nice hoodie that my mom bought for me, and one of the toxic people were like, "Hey, where'd you get the hoodie?" I was like, "Oh, it's just a gift. I don't know where she got it." And before I even managed to finish my sentence, this girl was like, "Oh, it's okay. We don't need to know. It's probably expensive anyway." And I was like, "Why'd you ask?" And it's just situations like that. And I also was really into makeup at the time. So one of the toxic people would be like, "What lipstick is that?" And I'd tell her. And then, like, a few days later, she would have the same lipstick and be like, "I wear it better." Or, like, I used to wear eyeliner quite often, almost every day. And she asked me to help her out with it. I gave her the brand that I used. It did not look good. Anyway, it takes skill, alright? Practice and years of practice. But yeah, basically those are the people I met in first and second year. But in second year, later second year, I joined that Korean club. That's kind of when I started to learn more Korean properly. And I was basically like, I was pretty fluent at the time. Like, I was very confident. I could talk to Korean people very confidently at the time because I was very, very into it. And that's when I started to make more friends that were outside of my program. So I have to say, in that case, uni friends were quite nice. Some of them were better than high school friends that I met, but for the majority of it, I'd say it was okay. And then I also texted Reina almost every single day because I did not want to be alone, and I was freaking out every time those toxic people came around me. I had to text her and be like, "Help!" And she would just like distract me from their presence, which was very helpful. I also have a friend that's in the UK. We would text each other also every day because I started getting more into anime too at the time, like more so than I already was. And she also got me back into BL. So yeah. Oh yeah, you were cooking most of the time. Oh yo, okay. Reina used to watch me make fish balls at midnight when I got really hungry for no random reason. Yeah. Yeah. That was a very frequent thing. But okay, that was how it was. And then third and fourth year was all online, but third year met some really good friends. The friends that I went to the cottage with this year, actually. So friend wise, I was really, really good third and fourth year. Very, very close. Very fun. I would go for bubble tea and souffle pancakes, and we'd go out and hang out even outside of school. Like, we would talk, we would FaceTime each other, like, you know, like friends do. So I'd say third and fourth year was probably the best years of uni for me. Yeah. But Reina will always hold priority over them because Reina is Reina, and Reina made all of university bearable and fun, and she made my last year of high school less stressful when I was trying to pick what I was gonna go into, you know? Reina's smart. Reina helped me study for many, many things. So, yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why I was able to get through it. Is because I had good friends. Like, your social life really determines how good you are academically. Because you know, mental training right? You gotta subconsciously, you gotta be satisfied to be able to focus on things that don't matter as much. Like, to be fully honest, I put my friendships over academics, like, or even family over academics, health over academics, anything basic over academics. You know, like if I'm hungry, I will be late to class because I'm trying to get me some food. Or if my friend has, like, maybe they're going through a really really sad breakup, okay, then I will be there with them and I'm willing to be late for an hour of class because that hour could mean my friend is going through incredibly intense depression and I wouldn't be there for it. I would feel so guilty if I did not take my friend's emotions over my academics, okay? I can take that hour of the recording from a friend or something else. So, you know, everything else comes before academics. If I'm thirsty, if I'm hungry, if I'm waiting in line for some food, I'm not gonna rush anybody just so that I can get to class, okay? Like, if I'm gonna be eating my lunch, then I wanna do it in peace. I don't wanna be thinking about school while I'm eating lunch in peace and just taking the time to breathe. So, if I'm gonna be late to class, I'll be late to class. I don't give a fuck. As long as my basic needs are met, okay? Like, if the classroom is cold as fuck and the teacher or professor is not willing to turn up the heat, then I'm gonna just not pay attention to the class. I'm gonna try and focus on getting warm, meaning I will buy myself some hot food. I will buy myself a hot chocolate. You know, things like that. Just gotta put everything else before it. Like, if my mom needs me, then I'ma go find her instead of go to class. You know? So, when I thought about how my friendships at the time were basically shit. You know, in second year, they were not good. I hardly had any... No, I shouldn't say that. It was more like first year. Like, I didn't have any good friends. So my academics, I could not focus on them. I was really scared. I was like, I have no friends. What if I never make any friends again? Because first year is when all the cliques form. Okay, you gotta admit, there's cliques everywhere. You know, there's jocks, there's nerds, there's the Asian group, there's the white people group. In my program, there was a big difference between the nerds and the people that worked out a lot. And the athletes, okay? They're big difference. So, if you don't find that group, you're screwed. Because then for the next 2 to 3 years in uni, you're like alone and it's sad. So I was really stressed out at the time, not being able to find a friend group, which I think is why I didn't focus too much on academics as much. I was busy trying to like find clubs or a friend group to fit in with, people to hang out with. So I just did not do well. But then second, third, fourth year, I was slowly getting better with friendship wise, and my family was also in a better place. Like, it was just relationship wise outside of school, everything was going in a positive direction, which I think correlated to my grades, honestly. Because when I thought about like, okay, my mom's happy, my dad's happy, sister's happy, friends are happy, I'm happy, I can focus on the other things in life now. Like I'm also eating well, I'm sleeping well. I can now focus on school more. Like, otherwise I would not have been able to do it legitimately. Yeah. But if you're an athletic nerd, then you're a floater. You go between them. See, there's always a fine lining. You can be one of the two, right? You don't have to be one of the two. Okay, now I think I've talked enough about that one. Let's see. Artistic skills. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna drink more water. Okay. Let me think about this in a little bit. So, I'm pretty sure most of you all know now that I take art commissions, yeah? Although my hand is still in recovery, so it's not fully open yet. I'm very selective about them. I do think it's probably yes. Yeah, if I can. If not, then a different day. But if I can, yes. Aw, I'm glad, Kamada, I'm glad. Okay, where was I? Let me think about this for a second. Okay. So, artistic skills. I'm gonna say artistic skills as in drawing and painting, things like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll make it that. But now I wanna do the collab then. I thought you said you weren't free. Are you pushing it back a week? Are you pushing it back a week? Okay, anyway, let me. I guess I can start from when I was 10. Let's say 10. Yeah, 10 years old. I started taking art classes when I was 10. Weird thing to have taken an art classes at 10 years old. Most people start that when they're even younger, but no, I started at 10. My mom wanted me to know how to draw. For some reason, I don't think she purposefully wanted me to like be a professional artist or anything, but she definitely wanted me to have like the artistic skills. And then I think around, I think that's when I learned how to do watercolor and sketching, and I learned how to do oil painting. But you know what? My teacher was like, Mia, you're not ready to draw people yet. So she kept making me draw animals. And she also kept making me draw like plants and buildings and trees and waterfalls and more plants, more trees, more animals. Like, there's only so much you can do with that, okay? And by the time I was about to leave Canada, like leave Hong Kong when I was 12, she's like, you can start drawing people now, but because you're leaving for Canada, I guess you'll never finish the painting if you started now, so let's give you something easier to draw. And I was like, God damn it. So like my house right now, like in the basement, we have like piles of oil painting canvases just in there in like a shelf of like when I was like 10 to 12 years old. And I haven't really oil painted since. I've done a lot of sketching, but no, what do you call it? No oil painting. So I didn't get back into drawing until I got into anime around 14. And I tried to draw a few chibis, but they were very, very bad chibis, I have to say. Like, I would take a picture on my phone, I zoomed into it, and then I would trace it. Like, I would put a piece of paper on the phone and then trace it to see if I could get it right, and then try and practice like that to get proportions and stuff, right? That's how I learned how to draw chibis when I was 14. But then I was like, nah, I'm not good at this because I was never taught how to draw people. So I just gave it up. I was like, no more drawing for me. But last year in, let's say, I think March-ish? Maybe February, March-ish? That's when I started to get back into drawing. But because I had an iPad, I was like, digital art. Let's go, bitch. And I drew emotes for myself to save money. I designed my model myself with the shittiest looking drawing skill, honestly. Like, it was bad. So bad. When I think about it. So bad, man. And I didn't know how layers worked. I didn't know how clipping worked. I didn't know how an alpha locked layer worked. Did not know what it meant to have a multiply layer, a linear burn type layer, an add layer, subtract layer, divide, overlay even. Like, I had no idea. I did not know how it worked. I just decided to go with the basics of line art in one layer, coloring on a different layer. That was it. I didn't know how to make reference layers so that it'd be easier to color even. Like, I did not do any of that. I just knew that I could put lines on one layer and then color in a different layer and then add shading on a different layer. So 3 layers in total. That was it. And then in the future, maybe like 5 months later, I got better at layers again. I also learned how to use clipping masks, which was a lifesaver. So it went from just basic layers to clipping layers. I did not know how to use the multiply layer yet. But when I did the Goodbye Sengen cover, I don't know if you guys have heard it, but I did do a Goodbye Sengen cover. The art on it is something that I drew with a lot of help from Kurine. She's the one who taught me that I could use a multiplier layer. Multiply layer? Yeah. She taught me how to use it. And I was like, ooh, fancy. And then I started to experiment with other types of layers that were similar to multiply layers, like a linear burn one, which kind of makes the colors darker. Like it inverts it in a way. Color burn layers, they make it a lot sharper and darker. So the other thing I'm trying to learn right now is an overlay layer. I still don't really know how to use it, but I'm gonna try. But for the Goodbye Sengen layer, I learned how to use the multiply layer, which was very, very interesting on my part. But nowadays, I've gotten really good at using add and multiply layers. I think those are the two very important layers you need to know how to use when you do digital art. I also got really good at anatomy. I think because I studied anatomy when I was in school, like university, I used to study a lot of muscles and tendons, and I'm not gonna lie, reading a lot of BL has made me very, very good at muscles. And I just know how they go, you know? Like movement wise and posing. Like it's very easy for me now to understand how they work. And I think the only reason I got there was because when I read BL and other manga or even animes, I would pause the screen to look at how the lines were drawn or the angle things were drawn at, lighting even, different ways eyes were colored in, you know? Every artist has their own art style when drawing eyes. So even like outlining stuff and coloring stuff, like you could think it'd be the most basic thing, but no, everybody has their own way of drawing it, even if they all start from the same place. So I got better at that. I think I learned what my art style is, and I think only recently has it truly solidified. Yeah. I think I much prefer sketchy type art though. Not only because it's faster, but I just like the look of it more, but it only really works for some types of art and illustrations, not all of them. So, yeah. I don't really have anything else I can say, honestly. For artistic skills, I think the only other artistic skill that I think of is figure skating. That's the only other artistic thing I can do. Is there anything else I can do? Art-wise? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. That's it. Short and simple. Hey, let's go. Okay, last one. The musical skills. I do have quite a lot of these. Does dancing count? Dancing count? I'm excited for the 3K special too. I need to... Hold on, should I text my sister? Hold on, I'm gonna text my sister right now. I'm gonna text her right now. I'm gonna see if she wants to stream with me one day. Where's my sister? Okay, I'm gonna be like, hey dude. Hey dude. Are you free to come onto a stream to celebrate my 3K subscriber milestone ? And then the pleading face. Where is it? Hold on, I'm gonna write sometime soon ? Okay, there we go. There you go. Okay, that should be good enough. Yeah. Okay. Also, I really want to eat the snack again, so I'm gonna eat more. Snacking, snack. I've been really healthy these past few days, so I get to snack at least once, okay? Okay. Oh, it's so sticky. Okay. Musical skills. I think you guys know I have quite a lot of musical skills, right? Right? You guys, do you recognize my musical talents now? Yeah, I have quite a lot, right? I'd like to think that I have a lot. I mean, I sing, I dance, I play the piano, I play the guitar, I play the electric and bass and acoustic guitar. I also know how to play the violin. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I actually know how to play the violin. Oh, Starlight. Did I ever tell you guys that I played the violin before? Honestly, I don't think I ever mentioned it. Not even my friends know that, I think. But I did learn how to play the violin. My violin is in the basement somewhere, but yeah, I play the violin. When? Never. That violin's too small for me now. I learned when I was like 7 for 2 years. I probably forgot now. I mean, I know the basics, but I probably forgot most of it. Okay, so okay, let's start with piano. I think most of you know my musical talent mostly comes from the piano. Yeah. Started learning that when I was 4. I was a baby. Can you imagine a 4-year-old putting their hands on a piano? Like, your hands are tiny as heck when you're 4. Like, it's basically the size of your palm now. It's so tiny. Like, how... And keep in mind, I was a very short kid, okay? So... everything about me was short by proportion. I was tiny. And, the way I started learning it actually was not at home. I went to this... In Hong Kong, it's very popular to go to a piano store. And in that piano store, there would be piano classes. So, I would go to the... Like, I would walk to this piano store and then go to the front desk. And then they'd be like, oh, your teacher's waiting in this room. And then we go into one of those soundproofed rooms. And my teacher would be at the piano waiting for me. And... the thing I hated about that room is it was soundproofed, but the walls were full of these holes. Like wooden holes. I don't know how to explain it. It was just really triggering. Oh, Frey! What's up, dude? Say ho. Hi. Wait, no, you don't know Cantonese, I don't think. Hi, dude. I'm here for the big brain. Sexist, my smooth brain syndrome. Frey. Let me tell you right now. There's only so much I can do for you. And that I need to first know, how are you smooth-brained? And the other thing is, when are you smooth-brained? Because I'm pretty sure there are times where you are not smooth-brained. Everyone has that time. Did you just call me a potato? You called me a potato? A backseat? Just music theory? Oh no, I hated music theory. I loved playing, but I hated music theory. I'm the opposite. You called me a potato. Your sick Chinese knowledge? Ayo. No, you called me a potato. No, you called me a potato. Cái quỷ sĩ ngộ vậy. Đây là Ôi lên trẻ. I should do it because I'm not call people potato. Okay, so you are smooth brain. You are smooth brain 24/6. Maybe 23/7, not 24/7. The only thing I can tell you at this point is have common sense and make educated guesses. That is the best way. That's the only way. Oh yeah, where was that in my story? Alright. I was 4 years old, played the piano at this like... In Hong Kong, it's so common that you would go to the piano store to learn piano. And at the time, I did not know how to read for shit. You know, learning the piano score stuff, transcript shit. Did not know how to read any of that. Was a dumbass. But then, when I was like 6, that's when my mom was like, okay, you need a private piano tutor. So I got a private piano teacher at home. She would come to my house, and she would teach me how to play with my own piano. So I never had to play like a random person's piano, like going to the piano store and playing just any piano there. Nah, I got my own piano at home. So then I got to learn from that piano. And I got real good at it, kept at it for like... I stopped playing the piano, or I should say I stopped taking lessons for the piano when I was 14. And at that point, I basically was done all the piano exams that I had to do. Yeah, so... wait, there's one thing I should mention though. Hold on. So, in Hong Kong, the way that you get tested in an exam for piano is dumb as shit, because you have to sing. You have to sing in a piano exam. Of all things, you have to sing. Like, if you are tone deaf, you will not survive. Like level 10? Basically, yeah. I was prepping for it, but I didn't want to do the exam, so I didn't do it. But I basically have level 10 power. Yeah. Yeah, 6. Actually, no, I started learning it when I was 4. And then I got official lessons when I was 7. No, 6. 6. Maybe even 5, really. I was really, really young. I don't even remember when I started, because I've been doing it for so long. It's just second nature to me. I put my hand on a piano, I can play any piece I want to play. And yeah, I could sight read a lot. I can listen to a song and play it by ear. Like, I'm very good at that now. Like, I can just think of the song in my head, and then just by playing it with, like, by ear, I figure out what key it is, and then I can use my music theory knowledge and come up with the left hand. It's very easy for me. It's because I grew up with it, okay? It's ingrained in me now. So, piano was easy. Growing up with it, easy. Quit it when I was 14, still can play the piano, that's all I needed. My mom didn't expect me to keep playing the piano until I got to the very end. She just wanted me to be able to know how to spend time by myself. And she told me that the reason she wanted me to be able to do all these things, the reason why she signed me up for art, piano, figure skating, all of that stuff, is because she wanted me to learn enough skills so that I could find the one thing that made me happy that I could do in my own time. So, like, if I'm alone, I can draw, I can sing, I can dance, I can go figure skating, you know? Like, I could go swim. There are many individual activities that I learned how to do. So, when I was 8 years old, my grandpa, he noticed that I really liked it when he played the guitar for me. So he bought me my first guitar when I was 8. And he bought me another one when I was 10. A bigger size. Like the full-sized thing. He got me a kid-sized one first, and then when I was 10, he got me like the full-sized one. So my grandpa taught me how to play the acoustic guitar. And then I come to Canada when I was around 16 or so. He bought me an electric guitar. He also bought me the amp that goes along with it, and all the wires, all the picks, all the books that I might need to learn. He taught me all of that. So, yeah, my mom got me into piano because she is the only one in her family that knows how to play. So because of her, I started to learn the piano. My sister learned the violin for a bit longer than I did, which is why I also learned a bit of the violin. Then when I was 8, Grandpa taught me how to play the acoustic guitar. And then 16, I got the electric one. Yeah. I think it was 16. 15 or 16. I swear it was one of those 2 years. 15 or 16. But then I think that is the extent. Oh no, I also learned how to play the drums a little bit. Like how to read the notes and stuff. Oh, weird fact, I know how to play the Chinese drums, okay? That shit's different. No, you're thinking I was, but the thing is, it's really common in Hong Kong for kids to do like a bunch of these extracurricular activities. I swear, like a lot of people do them. After learning all the elements, I really do be. Okay. I learned a lot of things in fives, is what I've learned. Yeah, cause I when I was in grade 8, I learned how to play the bass guitar too. I mean, it wasn't my guitar; it was like a rented one that I got from the school. But I know how to play the bass guitar too. So I learned things in fives. Okay, I know how to speak 5 languages. I know how to play 5 instruments. So officially, like really well, like actually got taught was piano and violin for only like a year or two. But I also learned the bass guitar for a year. Acoustic and electric guitar are the ones that my grandpa taught me. So they're not exactly the most fluent thing for my hands, but I can definitely play them. So that's 5 instruments. And then 5 languages, right? English, Cantonese, Mandarin, Korean, Japanese. 5 languages. And I actually know 5 different types of art. I can sketch, a watercolor, acrylic, oil painting, and okay, this is like you guys probably don't know about this one very much. I don't think I've ever really talked about it. Traditional art wise, I guess, but I've also done sculpting. But I would say the 5th one is digital art. So yeah. Sketching, watercolor, acrylic, oil painting, and digital art, I'd say, are the 5 artistic things that I can do. Yeah. I learned things in 5. 5 is like my limit to any skill, apparently. Yeah, you just can't count to 6. I can count to 6! What do you mean? What do you mean? No, I can count to 6. I can count to 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. See? I can count up to 6. Okay, where was I? What was I talking about again? I talked about all the instruments now, right? I think I have. Yeah. But the thing is, the secret to learning all of them is, number 1, be forced. Number 2 is do it for a very long time even though you hate it. Number 3 is find a different instrument you do like and then play that so that you can release all the stress onto said instrument. And then when you're forced to play the instrument you originally were forced to play, you can at least play that one a little bit less stressfully so it sounds nicer. Yeah, that's how I see it. I was forced to play the piano, really hated it, so I never practiced. Then my grandpa taught me the guitar. I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna strum the shit out of this guitar. And then I went back to the piano. I was like, okay, I can play this more calmly now. I'll actually study the shit. I'll read the score. I'll know how to read the both left and the right hand, okay? And then in school, I had to play the bass guitar, so I had to know how to read that. And I was like, ooh, this is not as fun as the acoustic was. And then my grandpa bought me a very expensive Les Paul electric guitar, and I was like, well, damn, since it's so expensive, I can't not use it. Like, I should probably use it. And if I don't, it's a waste of money. You know, the amp, plus the guitar, plus all the wires, plus he got me a sound box thing. I don't know what you call it. The mixer thingy? The loop station thing? Yeah. And I was like, if I don't use it, it's a waste of money. I gotta play that shit. So, expensive means time, right? You know, money, time. Gotta use it for what it is worth. Otherwise, it's not worth it to get, to buy, to have. You know? Yeah. Piano costs thousands of dollars. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, you know, for every day that I've played the piano, I have paid it off. It is worth it. Electric guitar stream. If I could figure out how my electric guitar could connect to my PC, I totally would, but It's also really far away. My electric guitar's in the den right now, like the piano room, and it's all the way downstairs. I don't want to trek it all the way up here. It's too far. It's way too far. You feel that? It is too much effort. Yeah, it do be. It do be. Like, there's... Okay. I feel like in general, I have this one problem where because I know so many things, there's not one thing that I can do insanely well. And I wish there was. Like, so many people I know on the internet, like really, really good content creators, they all have that one skill that they've honed and advanced to such a degree. You know, like I know some VTubers, they make really good shorts, very, very good shorts. They edit everything really well. You know, that's kind of what builds their audience. Or I've seen like people who are really into tech, for example, like streaming tech. They can like review all that tech. Like they just are so knowledgeable about it that people will come back to watch them for that content, and they'll know that there will always be content like that from them. You know, I wish I had that. But I've just been spread out so thin that I have no particular skill that I've learned, you know, that I think I can just consistently do over and over and over again, that people will come back to see me for. I just don't have that. Like, I'll do piano streams, I'll do guitar streams, I will sing for you. I will talk about these language learning abilities that I have. I will tell you and show you guys my art skills and how they've been doing by doing art streams, right? Like, there are so many things that I can do for you and do for streams, make content from. I just don't... I feel like I don't monopolize it enough. And because there's just so many, like, I don't know how to... I don't know how to emphasize it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and my language skill, while there's a lot of it, I swear there's a lot more of it that I know that I say that I do. But because my streams are mostly in English, I don't really get the opportunity to use it much unless I make a stream that's all about that one topic, like one topic of that one language. So like, I just wish I had like that thing. Your piano is stronger than 99% VTubers. What do you think? It's good. Like, I know I can play the piano well, but it's not like people come back to watch me for it because I just don't do it that often. I have so many things that I do, right? For streaming, like I talk to you guys, I teach you guys stuff, I like talk about the language shit. I will play instruments for you sometimes. I will sing for you guys sometimes. I will play games for you guys too. Like I art stream too, right? There's so many things that I do. It's like, what do you come back for then? Because it's not like you're gonna see that same thing from me every single stream, right? Luckily now the nation is like gross dancing. Yeah. There is a small chance that it does. I feel like my niche at the moment is my personality. And I know that because a lot of people tell me that the reason why they come back to my streams, or the reason why they come and interact with me in the first place, is because I talk well, I seem like an approachable person, or I'm cute, I'm nice. Something like that. You know, it's always something to do with me as a person, not my skill set. And I feel like that's like, you know, that's a thing that I can call my niche. That's something that I can call a personality that people will come back for. It's part of my content. Me being me is part of my content. But there's like other things that I could do too. It's just not many people pay attention to that as much, is what I've noticed. But, you know, since today, my mom came into my stream, and she also talked to me before it. She's just like, make more shorts, make more clips, make tiny videos that people can binge watch on your channel. That way you'll grow. I was like, are you sure about that, Mom? And she's like, yes. So I was like, okay, guess I'll do that. I'm gonna trust what my mom says, and I'm gonna try and think of video ideas and short ideas from now on. Because I want to believe in my mom. If my mom is so confident in me enough to support me as a VTuber, and enough to even encourage and suggest ideas for me to grow, then I'm gonna do it, you know? To never say my person. Exactly. Yeah. I know I have a lot of other things that make me stand out. It's just I never monopolize on them, which is a problem. Where can we send you clips? In the clips channel on my Discord. Always there. Does it? I just have good talking ability? Did my mom do marketing? Nah. She didn't do marketing. Nah. You know my mom? I think she wanted to be a policewoman one day. Back in the day, I think she wanted to be a policewoman. I look up to my mom a lot. She's very independent, self-starting. All the independent woman shit you think of, that's her. Yeah. She's also very approachable to talk to about things. Like I don't have any secrets from my mom. Like if I started to date somebody, I would tell her right away, honestly. I wouldn't be able to keep it a secret from her. Yeah. And she also like rants to me about things. She's like, "At work, this person did this. I get single." You know, she would tell me things too. Like we rant to each other about a lot of things, and I can ask her for anything really. So, like I said, she's like my best friend. She really is. And I think that's the kind of mom that, you know, everybody wants. Even the BL isn't a secret. Pretty much, yeah. I don't like hide it or anything. I read it in front of her. I just don't think she notices. I don't think she cares. Why would she give a shit if I read BL or not? Nah, she knows I'm into the art. She sees me drawing. She's like, "Mia, your hand, you should rest it." I'm like, "But mommy, I have to draw." And she's like, "No, Mia, rest that hand. Stop it." Because right after we eat dinner together, I'll start drawing. And then she'd be like, "Mia, stop." Yeah, she knows. She knows everything about me. I mean, last year when I wasn't able to tell her about streaming because I wasn't confident in it, that was really rough on me because I like to tell her everything if I can. You know, when I was going through my first year shit in uni, I was like, "Mom, people are bullying me. They think I'm too smart for them. What do I do?" You know, I would go to her for all of that. She gave me all the advice. She's like, "Slowly distance yourself. It's okay. You'll get through this." You know, things like that. You know, she was always there for me for that. So I can tell her pretty much everything and anything. But that one year, I was really scared last year when I wasn't able to tell her. But I'm so glad I was able to tell her this year. It was really relieving. And she supports it too. Like, I would not have thought that. I really would not have thought that. Yeah, let me change the title again. Back to just chatting. Let's do that. It's the safest theme. It's always the safest theme. Oh, let me stretch a bit too. I haven't stood up since I started streaming. Okay. Oof. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Oof, my back. Oof. I'm all good now. Oh my gosh. Oof. You know what? Maybe I should pee. Should I pee? It's been a while. I think I should pee. I did drink quite a bit of water. I'm like, my cup is almost done. Okay, let me go pee. Let me go pee. Oh wait, I did have a question though. I don't think I've really asked this before, but if there was a language you could learn, like the ones that I know of anyway, if you want me to teach you one or like go more in depth with one, which one would you pick? Just let me know that and answer me while I go pee. Okay? Okay? Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks. Bye. I'm back. Did I pee fast again? Japanese, Kanto, Japanese, Korean, because I know the rest. Oh, that makes sense then. Oh, thank you for the super starlight. More pee supers. Hey, pay to pee. Okay, okay, I will keep that in mind. Oh, Frey, thank you. Wait, do you want me to call you Frey or Ryzen? Which one do you want me to call you? I like Frey more, to be honest. That's easier to say. Oh, stretch. Oh gosh. Ooh. 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 Hey, that's the first time I've seen a euro currency on my channel. That's a new one. That Frey. Daddy? Wait, no, I got a better one for you. Okay, wait, no. Daddy! There you go. You're welcome. Hope I made your day. Thirsty, all of you. Oh my god. Should I work? Here's my money. Frey, thank you for the soup. What the fuck? I appreciate you. Now you're my sugar daddy. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Yo, I haven't received an allowance since I was 17. Yeah, cause okay, guys, I don't know if your parents are like this too. But okay, my parents would not let me work a part-time job. They were like, "No, Mia, you're not allowed to. You have to stay in school and study. No doing part-time job. No, focus on study." I was like, "But why? I want to work at Tim's with my friends," and they're like, "No, no, you gotta focus on school. If you're gonna work somewhere, it's gotta be related to what you're gonna study in the future and what you're gonna work as in your career." And I was like, "But I'm 15." I was like, "I don't know what I want to do with my life yet." But yes, they were like, no part-time job allowed. No. So I wasn't allowed to work until I was in... Like, I didn't work until 3rd or 4th year of uni. Yeah. It's kind of sad, isn't it? But I get why I did it. I did end up doing better in school because I wasn't working. I know a lot of people worked, but yeah, my parents were like, "No work for you. Only study." Internship? Yeah, so in 3rd and 4th year of university, I did co-op or placement or whatever you want to call it. But basically, it was through the school, so I got my job. Like, I applied to take a course where they would give you like a list of 100 different places you could possibly work at throughout the entire province. And they were partnered with U of T, or at least they applied to receive students from this program that I was in. And I applied for that, and only 100 people or 50 people got in. So I was one of the lucky ones. So through them, I was like, okay, I like this and this place. I'm gonna apply for these 2 workplaces. So I did the interview, and it was basically like any job, really. Like, I just wasn't getting paid for it. Instead, I was getting credit, like school credit. But I still had to go through like the interview process and apply for it, like sending my resumes in and everything. It was like basically looking for a regular job. It's just that I got marked instead of paid. Yeah. No, I guys are ready to get no pay space. Oh no! Oh no! I did clinical stuff, like in-person clinical things for the first year. Second year of my placement, I changed places. Like, I applied for a different area, and I did research. I did clinical research instead. So they really liked me, so I stayed with them after graduating, and I guess I just didn't want to do it anymore, so I quit. Did they ask if you were old enough? No, because I dressed very professional that day. I looked great. okay? I was wearing my nice black jeans that didn't look like jeans. I had a nice blouse, okay? And it was actually very cute. It had a ribbon on it. Had a ribbon on the front, just embroidered in. It was really, really cute. Okay, I looked great in that outfit. I'm gonna wear that outfit to every single job interview, because that one job interview and I wore that outfit, I wear that same outfit, always get the job. I'm good. I'm good with it, you know? You know? Yeah. I can be professional. I can sound professional. Okay, yo, imagine me doing a physical exam on you, alright? I've done shit ton of those. You know, I can be professional. I just don't be on stream because I don't have to be. Okay. And I'm short, but I can look like a businesswoman. Yeah, I'll be one of those tiny Asian ladies in the pencil skirt or some shit. Actually, no, I hate wearing those. They made me look even shorter than I actually am. I never wear those. I like my pants. I don't like wearing dresses. You really gonna ever try to make them to behave? Yes. Maybe. I mean, will you? Professional Mia voice pack? No. That's too much. That's too much. Mia, what do you mean? No, 助かる no 助かる no 助かる助けるじゃなくて no what no what why why you want office lady sounding Mia? Be like, this is blah 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 blah's office. What if I gave you Emoto voice pack? What if I was like, I gave you the Emoto alarm voice pack? Be like, Oni-chan, okite. Like, asa da yo. Can you imagine it? Be like, hiru gohan tsukutta no. Ohayou gozaimasu, Oni-chan. Unamused emote. Yeah. What, did you want me to be like, Oni-chan, okite? Mo asa da yo? You already do that? Fucking old. Kusokaki emote sounds good to me. Baka Oni-chan, okite! Mo asa da yo? Like that? Prefer unamused? Nice. Yeah, I don't have the One-chan feel no matter how hard I try. Kudere? How does one kudere? I don't know how one kudere is. I can yandere. I've watched Momona One-chan do the kudere. I mean, the yandere. I could yandere. I just gotta get the right. Like this. I just gotta get this. Maybe this. And that. Yeah? That the way? Something like that. Angel from Angel Be- oh, that! That! Just... Oni-chan okite. It's monotone as fuck. That? Yeah, you know... I've actually been thinking, like, if I did a voice pack, what I would do. I've been thinking about it, because I feel like a lot of you guys want that from me for some reason. I don't know why you would, but you do. Nani ga tasukaru no? I literally just said Oni-chan. Just Oni-chan, asa da yo, okite. Mou nerenai de. You just put bangs for one eye, easy emo. How does one... How? I need... No. Achuni bio. For some reason... Yeah, for some reason. I don't get it. Why? I don't think I have like a particularly... Tasukaru type voice. If anything, like... Most people like to hear the... One-chan voice. Or the... what do you call it? Bro me, the bishonen, the just deeper voice me. A lot of people like to hear that for some reason. I will forever not understand, but if you like what you like, then you like what you like. I can't stop you. Oh, British me. When I had a full-on British accent. Remember the days? No, you guys weren't there for those days. Yeah, I full-on British accent when I was growing up. I still can't get rid of some of it. I think you noticed that though. But you've gotten used to it, so you just don't recognize it. Mommy? Sorry, mommy, sorry. No, it's daddy. It's daddy. It's gotta be daddy. It's always daddy. I wish I still had my... You want the accent? I got made fun of for my accent. They were all like, you sound weird. You sound different from us. Why do you sound different from us? So I was like, oh, guess I'll stop being British then. Either Brit me or still... No, I was never British on stream. Never. I tried to get rid of it because a lot of my peers, yeah, they were like, you sound weird. I'm Irish. Do you know how much hard I was? You would be. My God, you would be. What the fuck? Why did you lose it? No. Isn't Harry Potter about it? No, it wasn't. If anything, it was the Mortal Instruments that was, or Divergent, or the Hunger Games. You sound different, and therefore we will judge you. Yes. Apparently, because I am smart, they will judge me. Because I'm too pretty, they will judge me. Because I'm short, they will judge me. Because I have good makeup skills, they will judge me. People judge everybody for any reason that they can possibly judge them for. Anything you don't have, or you do have, you will be judged for. So, like, oh, you don't have a Gucci bag? Well, too bad. You're too poor. Oh, you have a Gucci bag? Well, look at you trying to show off that you're rich. You know, you will be judged for anything and everything out there. So, there is no point in trying to just, you know, impress anybody or to do anything for anybody else. There's really no point. Oh, most people I talk to are from America too. I literally know like 3 Canadian VTubers and maybe like 2 Canadian viewers. I cry. Everybody's in America. I'll only judge you for being short. I'll live with that. I'll live with that. The trick is to stand out as... You're not wrong. That is literally the way. That is the only way. That is the only way. That is the only way you will survive. What's with Yuki Hana? What do you mean? No, I am Canadian. What? Canadian. I am in the land of the maple leaves, literally, and with the plant and the leaves and the hockey team. And I am in the land of maple syrup. Actually, we don't have maple syrup very often around here, but yeah. If you worry about it, you worry less than the fact that you did. Yeah, true. Apparently, Canadians say sorry different than Americans. Yeah, in America, people say sorry. I'm like, saw. No, we actually say sorry here, like an O. You're Canadian. Hey yo. Finally, another Canadian in the jet. Thank you. You're from Canada. Wait, oh, you're Canadian? Wait, Yuki Hana, you're Canadian? That's the first time I'm hearing of this. You're from the Philippines. Ooh. I can't really distinguish the accents. Yo, okay. Sometimes same, but a lot of the times, nah, I can differentiate. I can definitely hear the Texas accent now because of Churchy. My mud. Yeah, I can hear. A lot of my viewers for some reason are in Texas. At least in the Discord, a lot of the people I know of are in Texas. I find that really funny. I read that as colon at first, and my brain was just like, wait a second, that's not what it is. That's your rectum basically. So no, not the colon. Okay, Coloradian North. Carolinian? Carolina? Carolina, right? I forgot where that was. Oh fuck. I may have mentioned them. Oh, you are? I didn't know that. Hey yo. Oh wait. Oh cool. You're near me, kinda. Isn't no wait, no, never mind, you're far. You're far, I take that back. I'm in the ON. I'm above New York. Very good, thank you, I try. Chino, you're in Cali? Yo, I know like maybe 3 people in Cali. Yeah. Or near Cali. Yeah. I know a lot of people who are just in America. And I know a few people who are in Japan and Hong Kong. Yeah. I've recently gotten to talk to some more Cantonese speaking VTubers, which is pretty cool, but oh my lord, I do not know how to type in Chinese. Midwest. Wait, Midwest. That's the left side. Now you know one person in Ireland. I do. Now I do. I know one person in... Actually, no. I know 2 people in the UK or England. I don't really know how to differentiate the two, even though I should. I have one friend that lives near London in a small place called Leeds. And the other one... Well, the other one's a VTuber, I probably shouldn't say. But they live in the UK. They're in the Euro area. So that makes it 3 now, because Frey's there too. Hey, in Europe. What else? What other places there? No, I think that's about it. Yeah. I know a few people in like Asia. But the UK doesn't use... That is true. They do not. Which is why it's confusing. Because they're kind of in the area, but not. It's so confusing. Geography. I did so bad in Geo. I got like a B. The Asian standard. Yeah, I got a B. I got a B of all things. A B. You ever see that the meme of the ABCDF? The, you know, I remember one of them was I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see. A is average, B is bad, C is catastrophic, D is disowned, and F is forgotten forever. That one. That one. What's this one? A is for average, B is for below average, C is can't eat dinner, D is don't come home, F is find new family. Yep. There's... Yeah. But you know what I find so weird? Is that the regular scale, right? A is like good, and then like A is like really, really, really good. B is like you're doing great, and then C is average, and then D is like you're a little bit below average, and then F is you fail, right? Why is it for the Asians that A is the average? That is the acceptable. That is acceptable. That is acceptable one. A. A is the acceptable one. We would have been proud if you didn't get a teacher. Nah, okay, so my mom and dad have never been strict with me on grades because I was never a truly bad student. Like, growing up, I just... Oh, wait. Hi, hello! Wait, new sub here. Hello! Hi! Yeah, sure. Now, my family have never been like the I'm gonna hit you with a slipper type, or a hanger, or a belt, or a whatever type family, you know? They've never been that. But I know a lot of schools in Hong Kong still do that actually, where they have the stick and they like hit your butt and they spank you with the stick, the meter stick. You know, the wooden meter stick that everybody has in school, right? Yeah, a lot of public schools in Hong Kong still did that. when I was there, I'm pretty sure they stopped it now. Like it's very, very minimal now, but I have to say it still does exist. And especially if you have old teachers, like old teachers. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess another thing is the from what I remember anyway, my parents, they focused more on my health than my grades because they knew that, like, you know, I was going through a rough time as a kid with my health problems, being in the hospital every single month. Like, they knew I was not gonna study well in that situation where I was constantly in the hospital for a week at a time every month. Like, think about it. You're away for a week every month of school. You're gonna miss a lot. So I ended up not doing too well in school when I was in Hong Kong. So coming to Canada and with my health being a lot better here, I was like, well, I couldn't study before. Now I have the opportunity to actually study and be a normal student that doesn't have to visit the hospital every week, twice a week. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna do what I can. And I started to actually study and I made friends through it. So I was never like a bad student. Not intentionally anyway. Like, a lot of the time when I was in Hong Kong still and my health was bad, I would be sitting in class just feeling so uncomfortable because physically, like, because my eczema was that bad, like I couldn't sit properly. I couldn't lift my head up without the skin on my neck feeling like it's about to rip apart. And I couldn't hold a pencil without my you know when you look at your finger, like the top of your hand, right? You see all the little wrinkles for where your knuckles is. I couldn't bend my hand into a fist because I was afraid that that area where those wrinkles are, where they stretch out so that you can form a fist, I was so afraid that they would slit open all the time. So I could never hold pencils properly, couldn't walk properly because I was afraid the skin on the back of my knee was gonna split open. I couldn't talk properly because I was afraid the corner of my lip would split open. Like, there were so many things I couldn't do because I was afraid of moving in general. So how do you expect me to pay attention in class when I'm busy trying not to move for every inch of my life? But the second class ends, I have to stand and walk. Like, there was no way I was gonna do good in school at the time. So, moving to Canada, got good grades, can study, can have friends because people aren't judging me all the time for the way I look or the way I walk or the way I talk. Was nice. I have to say it's so much nicer to be in Canada. It's great decision to leave the country and come to this one. Oh, hey, Douglas, hello. Glad your health got better. It got so much better. I mean, obviously, like, I have to keep it in check. You know, I take medication for it, and that medication makes me feel nauseous, but that's okay. Because I'd rather feel nauseous every single day than not be able to walk and talk and breathe without being afraid. Hong Kong got that smog. It do have that smog. Yo, okay. When I was 15 or 14, maybe, I went back to Hong Kong for like a visit to see like my grandparents and like extended family and all that. Or the family that like just didn't move along with us. So, when I went back, the second that we landed and I breathed, I was like, I can't breathe. Why is it stinky? Why does my nose feel stuffy? And then, you know, I went to my grandparents' place to stay every day because we didn't go to a hotel. My grandparents still live in Hong Kong at the time. They moved here now. So we stayed over at their place, and I remember washing my hair, and even after taking a shower, my hair still felt greasy and sticky. Then I took another shower. I took 2 showers a day, and it wasn't enough. It just felt gross. I felt disgusting. Every time I came home from being outside, like I would go down to the convenience store, like a Tussup, you know, get some convenience store, Hong Kong gale yudan, like curry fish ball, or like siu mai from the Tussup, and I come back, I feel disgusting. I need another shower. There is no way that I could have lived there. Honestly, it was rough. I don't know how I managed to live there for 12 years of my life and just not implode on myself. Like, it was horrible. I did not remember Hong Kong feeling like that. I even went back in the winter, so it wasn't that hot. It was like around 12 to 18 degrees, but plus the humidity, it feels like, I guess, 0 to 10 degrees. I mean, nowadays with global warming, the winter there is like 20 degrees. So it doesn't even feel that cold anymore. Yeah, the humidity is insane. You sweat so easily. I don't know how people become athletes over there. Because you sweat so easy, it's hard to breathe. Because the smog and the dust and the amount of people that there are in such a concentrated area, it's just insane. I don't know how you can breathe. Being in Canada, having so much personal space, there's no way I can go back to Hong Kong and feel like I have personal space. There's no way. You can feel the smoke from here. It's intense over there, yeah. Yeah, it's rough. It's hard. It's difficult. But it is what it is, and I lived through it, and I'm glad I survived it. Can you imagine me, like, okay, living through that? Like, bad health plus bad environment, and I also have bullies coming after me for the way I talk, dress, breathe, look. Plus, like, all the extracurriculars I did. I did figure skating, horse riding, piano, guitar, art, kung fu. I actually did Wing Chun for a bit. I don't know. I did swimming. I did gymnastics. I did ballet. You know, the ribbon shit. You know, I somehow was able to do all of that. Like, I don't know how I pushed through all of it. I really have no idea. I did badminton too. Badminton and table tennis. Yeah. Yeah. But after living in Ireland, it feels like it does. You get me. You totally get me. I bet the Ireland air just feels clearer and it's less congested. Oh, hey Andrew, welcome back. Yes, I am talking about my Hong Kong life. Feels like air. Yeah, see, at least you can feel the oxygen and the carbon dioxide come in and out of your body. When you're in the Asian side of the world, it's like you breathe in the smog and out comes the dust and carbon dioxide together. You know? You're filtering all the dust in your body. And you know what I found out recently? Is people who live in Canada, or like basically in this side of the world, away from all the city and away from all the smog, right? Your lungs are actually pink. But a lot of the people who live in Asia or areas where there's a lot of smog, your lungs are, well, they basically change to black like a smoker's lung. Because you're breathing in all of that gunk for years. So, you know, it is healthier to not live in areas like that in the long run. It feels like I'm inhaling again. It is! You walk past one building and it's like... Have you ever looked at the voice outside tonight? Yes. Yes, I have. I definitely have. My lungs are very delicate and soft. Everybody's lungs are delicate and soft. I would hope. And even if you have a smoker's lung, they are even more delicate and even more soft. Because they have been weakened by years of smog and smoke and dust and gross things that it had to filter out, and a lot of damaged alveoli. Yeah, see, this is what you get when you have a physiology minor as a VTuber. Lots of life lessons. Yeah. What time is it now, guys? It's almost 1, god damn. When did I start stream? 3 hours ago, I think, right? Yeah, okay. I think it's time for me to end stream. Or at least... Yeah. Yeah. Your lungs look heavy. I've actually held lungs before, and hearts and bones and muscles and dick and brain and spine and vertebrae and nerves and arteries and veins and muscles and gluteus maximus and gluteus minimus and scapula and scapularis minor and major and the majora of it, and the all the iliac crest areas. Yes, yes. What about hands? Oh, I've touched some hands. Yeah, I've touched my own. I've touched my own hands. I've touched a cadaver's hands. I've touched friends' hands. I have held hands with friends. Yes. See, not scandalous. Not scandalous. Oh, yay! Don't get ready to. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. The gonads. The gonads. Yo, okay. See, my what do you call it? Proprioception and kinesthetic and tactile receptors in my hands and skin, you know, they have reacted with the ATP coming in and out of there, you know, and the neurons being sent and the electrons to the brain. I am very well aware that I have touched another human being's hands. I wasn't wearing gloves. Do I have to inform the church? You don't have to inform the church. It was a friend. Oh, bye, you. Bye-bye. I'm a very skinshipy person. If I can hug somebody, I will. If I can shake their hand or hold their hand, I will. If I lean on them, then I will. I'm a very touchy person. I like physical touch. It's my love language. Although I will only do that to people that I genuinely feel close to. Obviously, I'm not gonna do it to some random stranger that I've never met in my life. So, like, you know, like Reina, like my good friend Reina, that I've known for like 7 years now, 6.5 years now, something like that. I don't know. I will only do it with the friends that I've known for a very, 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 very long time. Yeah, the friends that I love and cherish, like Sakutan. Yeah. Have a good time exercising. Enjoy the nightly reading. I shall. The BL list will continue to expand. Yeah, I think tomorrow though, it feels very last minute, but I will do the 3K celebration tomorrow. Let me think. I don't know when I will do it. But I will have a separate stream for my sister to come on. I don't want to have her come on just the 3K thing, because I want that to be more organized. I mean less organized. I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna for the 3K celebration tomorrow. I'm gonna I need to finish the art that I just started. Number 1. Number 2 is I need to schedule the stream. Number 3 is plan what's gonna be in it. So 3K celebration, I think I'm gonna split it into 2 parts. 3K I think needs to be in 2 parts anyway. So the first part I think is gonna be tomorrow afternoon. I will do nice karaoke. And then for like maybe 2 hours or so in the afternoon. Because I haven't done an afternoon stream in a very long time. So afternoon stream, if you guys will be there tomorrow, it'll likely be around 2 to 3 start time. 2 to 3 p.m. EST start time. Eastern time? Yeah. And then I will have the second part of it be at nighttime. And I hope we can do a lot of things together that day. I will do more chatting to talk about the streaming stuff that I like to talk about. I don't know, like a just chatting stream, kind of like today where I just talk about shit. And then I'll do a what's it called? A gaming portion, like maybe like I might play Project Sekai again. I might play what else? What else can I play? What can I play with you? Pico Park. I actually really want to play Pico Park again. I want to play maybe a Switch game. I don't know. If I can, I'm gonna ask the Familia if they have the time to send like do you call it? Congrats on 3K type messages or anything. Like just milestone messages, or I think that'll be it. But tonight, sometime tonight, I am going to release the marshmallow link so that you guys can ask my sister any questions you want to ask her when she comes onto the stream. That sister stream, I am going to have to schedule for a very specific time and date because my sister's schedule is always changing. I never know when she's home or when she's not home, or if she's even alive when she's home. So, she is a nurse, so you know, I think that do be a very obvious reason why it's very hard for me to get her on to stream. Make a memorial place in Animal Crossing. I'd like to make another porn studio in Animal Crossing. Nurses don't get sleep. Yeah, my sister's working a 12-hour shift tonight. She left the house at 5:30, 5:50? Around 6, I'd like to say 6. And she's not ending... She comes home at like 6 a.m. So she ends the shift at like 5:45. And then she drives home and gets home at 6 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. If you need most... I shall. Hey yo, yeah, let's do it, bitch. Let's do it. Yeah, I'll have a daddy in the studio. Gotta get all different types of people in there, you know. Yeah, but anyway, 3K karaoke tomorrow afternoon. I think it's gonna be unarchived unless if there's no copyright block on it, then I'll keep it as open for everybody. But if there's a claim thing on it, it might have to be just a members only thing. Like a members only VOD. And then for the night stream, well, I'll plan it a bit more tomorrow. Yeah. I need to end the stream now so I can work on the art that I want to release to you guys tomorrow. But we'll have to see. I don't know if it'll be ready by tomorrow or the day after that, in fact. But yeah. Support diversity and always inclusivity. Yes, bitch. Yeah. Okay. I'll let you know. I got shit to work on. I am not gonna go to bed until 3 a.m. I can feel it. But no, I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back on track again. I did wake up early today, so my sleep schedule is not horrible. It is getting better. I'm sleeping before 3 a.m. now, which is good. Which means I can try and make sure I go to bed at 2 a.m. You know? What does it... No, I have a sleep schedule, please. Oh, God. I think I can go to bed by 2. I pray I get to bed by 2. Don't know yet. But I will work hard tomorrow as well for the 3K. It's not like an endurance stream or anything. It's more like a... Let's celebrate in parts. I'm just gonna be streaming all day tomorrow with a few breaks in between. Like a long break in between. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna make that art now. Hopefully I get it done. Yeah, okay. I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for coming today. I will talk to you all again. And tomorrow, I gotta treasure my voice and not stress it out too much. You know, if I can, I'm gonna ask my mom to buy some throat candy. Yeah, I gotta get her to buy some of those. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I will see you guys. 今日来てくれてありがとう。また明日。Yeah, I'll see you. Okay? Yeah? Are you gonna be there tomorrow? By any chance? Okay, how many of you are gonna be there tomorrow? For the afternoon stream. That's at 2 to 3 p.m. EST start time. Anyway, do you think you'll make it? Do you think you'll make it? I don't know if you'll. I don't know if you guys are gonna 2 to 3 p.m. Like 2 to 3 p.m. EST start time. Yeah. Hope so. We'll try. I'll raid into you. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. If you can, I'll be waiting for that. Let's see if I can raid anyone now. I gotta get into that. Hold on. See if I can raid anybody now. Customization, redirect. Anybody live right now? Literally nobody is live at this time. I swear to God. It's literally just me right now. What the heck? All the channels that I want to raid into, I cannot raid into. Oh my. Is there anybody that I don't know who's live right now that I can raid into? I don't see anybody. I see nobody. This is pain. Okay. Another stream, I guess. Literally no one I know is live right now. No one that I want to raid is live right now. Honestly, if you look at my screen, all I see is upcoming. Upcoming everything. Nothing is actually live. Ugh. It's okay. Next time. Hopefully we get to raid somebody. It feels sad. But I really want to make the connection. I really, really do. Wait, is it between the morning after? Oh, okay. That's fine. I'll figure it out. Anyway. You can raid into your own 3K stream waiting room. I don't have one yet. Oh, hi dear lover, hello. I don't have one yet. I need to schedule the thing. And I need to make a thumbnail for it. Which I haven't done yet. It's okay. We'll figure it out. It's fine. Alright. Okay, I'm going to bed now. I'm gonna go draw and then go to bed. Okay? Okay, I hope you guys had fun today. I was very hyper at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if you guys... I mean, you guys probably noticed. But it's okay. I'm gonna go now. 今日来てくれてありがとう。また明日。3000人。ありがとうございました。Much おめでとう。Thank you guys for the 3K today. I will forever remember. ありがとう。Okay. Oh my gosh, I need to work on shorts. Ugh, I gotta listen to my mom. She's gonna ask me if I made any tomorrow. I know she will. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Good night, guys. Bye bye. Thank you for coming. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye bye. Thank you again for 3K.